From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Ready to go.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Time to play a game, fellas!
Okay.
All right, hey, it's time for Name That Quarantine.
All right, here we go.
Okay, name that quarantine. This comes out of the idea of, could you name a legendary song, a very, very popular song, artist and song title, if you were only given the first line of the song? And I know it sounds very easy. We've done this a million times. It is very difficult. The theme today, we are doing straight up Christmas songs.
Oh! I mean, I know Christmas songs, but I know like 5 of them.
Okay. Now,
are you kidding me? I'm going to clean your ass.
I know. Ew. Who's ever said that before?
You meant clean your clock.
Do you mean clean your clock or kick your ass? You don't say I'm going to clean your ass to somebody.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right, Mocha, get ready. Okay,
All
so
right.
as always, it is Maury versus Mocha. Shem will be here, the official judge, who you will determine who buzzed in first, as well as whether
That was
somebody
me.
got the answer right or wrong. So, Maury, for everybody listening at home right now, can we hear your buzzer? Okay, Mocha, your buzzer. Okay, here we go. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
Give me number 2. Mocha.
That is Last Christmas by Wham.
Oh, correctamundo. Yes. Wow.
Just for the record.
Yes, Maury.
I would have gotten that.
Okay, good.
Well, just
No,
for the
I-
record,
No, but I think
I
it's
buzzed
important-
first.
I know you did, but I just want
yeah,
people to know I would
I
have
cleaned your
gotten
ass right
Wow.
there.
Number 17, please. Mocha.
That is NSYNC. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Wow. My
Is that it?
God.
Is
yes.
that it?
Yes. Maury, does your buzzer work?
I wouldn't have gotten that one.
You okay?
hold on.
Good. Okay.
Merry Christmas.
Wow.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. All
Wow.
right. Next.
Okay. Number 22, please.
Dashing through the snow.
Mocha.
That is Jingle Bells by Boney M.
Correct.
I wouldn't know.
You didn't know that one either?
No.
Wow. My
What
God.
happened to cleaning my ass, Maury?
Is now a good time to say I'm Jewish?
Here we go. 21, please.
When you feel like the only kid in town.
Maury.
Adam Sandler, the Hanukkah song.
Correct.
Right after I said I was Jewish.
Okay, Shem, what is the score?
That's currently 3-1 for Mocha.
Okay, here we go. Let's try number 5, please.
It's the most beautiful time.
Mocha.
Mistletoe, Justin Bieber.
Correctamundo. Oh, that was
Okay,
close.
I did
too.
ring in.
You did ring it. Did you know what it was, though, Maury?
Yes.
Okay, cool. How about number 24?
Holy infant, so tender and mild.
Maury.
I know who it's by.
Okay.
Who's it by?
The guy from Star Trek.
Mocha.
William Shatner, Silent Night.
Correct.
Okay. Can I get like half a... I got you. You would not have gotten that if that were me.
Wow.
I get half. No, Shem, I get half.
Wow.
Hey, man.
Wow.
There's a 0.5
wow.
Asking clean.
Okay, number 16, please. Maury.
Sam Smith. Happy Holidays.
Incorrect. Mocha for the steal.
Is it Sam Smith? Oh my God. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Incorrect. It is Sam Smith. Have yourself a merry little Christmas.
Oh, that's what it is. Yes.
Okay. Let's go number 23.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
Maury.
beer.
Bob and Doug McKenzie, 12 Days of Christmas.
Correct.
Who are Bob and Doug McKenzie?
I'm taking away your passport.
Who are Bob and Doug McKenzie?
From
SCTV.
SCTV.
You're a hoser, eh?
Number 25, please.
It was December 24th.
Mocha.
That is Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis.
Correct. Shem, what's the score?
It is 6-2.
Oh, Maury.
Yeah, but I'm getting the cheesy one.
Okay.
Can we do one more?
Let's do one more. Number 1, please.
Okay.
Mocha.
Mariah Carey.
No.
It was
That is
Mocha.
Mariah
That was
Carey.
100%
All I Want
Mocha.
for Christmas.
But
Yes.
it doesn't matter if it was Mocha. I'm the biggest Mariah fan. I shouldn't even have to buzz it. You should
Mocha,
just look
the
at
answer
me.
is what?
All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey.
Incorrect. Maury for the steal.
Oh, Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas is You.
Correct.
Ass half cleaned.
Ew. People who are just tuning in now have no idea what that is in reference to, by the way. Also, it's Christmas.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Name That Quarantine.
What was the final score, Shem?
Well, Merry Christmas, Mocha. You don't get your ass cleaned. 6-3 for Mocha.
There we go.
Hey!
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Christmas shopping officially done in
Are
our
you?
house.
Yeah, good for you. Good
Fully
for
ready.
you.
Everything
Yeah.
is done.
Yeah, that's a good feeling, huh?
Yeah.
What do you do when? So I'm not done because I texted my
Damn it,
brothers.
Maury.
What's that?
Yes, go ahead.
Well, I texted my brothers and I said, "What do you guys want?" And one of them wrote back, going, "I don't know."
Yeah.
And I mean, at that point, I'm like, "Well, then nothing."
Well, they're teenagers, right?
Right. So then they learn their lesson if I get them nothing.
No, that's not how that works.
Pajamas?
No. Why like what do you mean they learn their lesson?
Well, what am I supposed to do? If I write you, I'm like, "Hey, what do you want for Christmas?"
What are they like?
people
What are they
gifts.
into?
Well, one said, Daniel said Foot Locker gift card.
Okay.
So do I get both a Foot Locker gift card? Because they're pretty much the same person.
Wow, you really love these guys, huh?
I don't really know them that well.
Yeah. Oh, jeez, man.
Your brothers.
Yeah.
Well, I don't live there.
I don't know. I think that you should. I mean, if somebody's in your life and like a brother,
Yeah.
you should be.
Y'all share the same DNA.
I don't know, man. I think that you should know a little bit enough about somebody to be able to at least cobble something together. Like,
Yeah, but
do
in
something.
argumentative fairness, I don't live under the same roof.
It doesn't matter.
But you still
Doesn't
know
matter.
them. You still talk to them
Did you
regularly,
ask
right?
your dad?
Oh, God, you can't do that.
Why?
If I ask my dad, I get a stern reply. I did that once, and he's like, "You should know them."
Okay. Yeah. We're saying the same thing.
What about your stepmom? You asked Donna?
Oh, I did. And she said the same thing, going, "Well, why don't you reach out?"
When you do something and every single person gives you the same reaction, and in your head you're like, ugh, everybody's crazy, maybe it's you.
Did you ask Matthew? Matthew knows your brothers. pretty
Matthew's
well.
the one that said get them both Foot Locker gift cards because they both like the Champs clothing that kids wear
Well,
today.
Champs and Foot Locker are two different things. So, two different places. So
I don't know.
you can't go.
Wow, this guy, huh? I mean, just nailing it. Just nailing it.
Come on,
nailing
man.
everything.
You can't walk into the Apple store and say, "Hey, can I get a Best Buy gift card?"
Yeah.
Wow, Maury.
Just so you know, Maury, I know I'm goofing on you right now. I had no idea.
Okay, see?
I had no idea.
Hey.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
I found my winter gloves
Where were they?
in the back of my car
Oh,
in the truck, so I put them on and they're freezing.
how long were they missing for?
I just found them. They were under.
Oh, so you weren't even looking for them?
No, I needed them, and I went.
Oh.
I tore the house apart, and I'm like, maybe I left them in the truck, and then I found them, and then you put cold gloves on, and that doesn't help.
Worse.
Worse,
Why'd
right?
you leave them in the truck?
I don't know. I just threw them.
At that point, that's where you just
I
drive
found a lot of stuff back
with
there.
one hand on the wheel and the other hand like just slipped underneath your leg.
I know, but then I feel like I'm trapping that free hand in case of emergencies. You know, like it's not.
It's not that difficult to like pull your hand out.
Well, you've never held my leg before. Once it's latched, it's like very difficult. The hand knows what its muscle memory, right? It's like, oh, here we go.
What else you find in the truck?
I found a serving tray.
Okay.
Okay. I found.
From where? Like you bought it?
Know.
You just
No,
left it
I don't
there?
know. I wound up with a serving tray.
Okay.
I found 2 Archie comics.
Okay.
Roxy just goes.
Yeah.
It goes in the back. About 3 packs of Tic Tacs. Because every time I do a road trip with Rox, I always stop and I get her Tic Tacs, but she never eats the whole pack. And then so
What flavor? Original? Or you
no,
get
the orange ones.
The orange ones? Okay, yeah.
And then she puts them in the side pocket of the door, right?
Yeah.
You know, like the You know what I mean, right? I don't have to explain the side pocket of the door?
No.
Okay. We all have them?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. But then when I drive alone, all I hear are Tic Tacs jangling.
Oh, worst.
So then I reach over and I throw them in the back.
Yeah.
Right? And then this has now happened 5 or 6 times.
Okay.
Where I hear Tic Tacs jangling and then I grab them and I throw them in the back.
So Tic Tacs, serving tray, and your gloves.
And a can of cider.
And
a can of
comic
cider.
books.
And
Comic books.
two Archie comic books.
Okay.
A knife.
How big is a knife?
Like a steak knife. And I don't know how a steak knife got in the back of my truck.
You're aware that this is all like looking like if anyone just saw only all that stuff, how bad that looks?
Yeah. And a pair of my underpants and a pair of Roxy's underpants.
Along with the knife.
Along with the knife. And so many straps that I could hold down like a bull.
What the heck?
Like ratchet straps.
Dude, it's a crime scene.
What do you do on the weekends, man?
It's a crime scene.
Where are you going?
I don't know. It's just everything goes in there. Everything.
You need to have a no underwear in the back seat rule.
Everything just goes in there. It's because it's not really a back seat. It's just the space behind the driver and the passenger seat. So there's no seats back there. It's just like space.
Hiding space,
Right?
apparently.
Hey,
The Roz and Mocha Show.
podcast.
So Nigella Lawson started trending again, which is weird because that's now twice in like a week. So she made a huge amount of news last week because of the way she butters bread. So she reinvented the way you butter bread. When you do one of these celebrity cooking shows, you tune in because you want to like learn something from the pros and get a technique you've never had. And Nigella does a segment on how to butter toast. And it's not that it's like revolutionary, but
Knife goes to butter.
Yeah.
Butter then gets slid onto the toast.
Yeah. But she has a secret, though, you see.
I favour the two-stage buttering approach.
Two-stage
and so
buttering.
far, only stage 1 has taken place. And that's to say, the minute this came out of the toaster and still lovely and hot, I spread it with butter so that the butter has melted down into it and it'll give it a fabulous crumpety bite. Stage 2 now,
Stage
ready
2.
for it. I need a little more butter.
Okay. Now I
And
get it.
It will stay in some golden patches on the surface. It's unsalted butter, which I always prefer to use, but what I need to do is sprinkle some sea salt flakes over.
Go.
Yo, she just reinvented.
So double butter.
She just reinvented toast.
Thank you. So Nigella started trending again, this time for the way she says the word microwave.
Microwave?
Microwave.
I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
What? Hold on, what?
So rewind it.
I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
She doesn't really say it like that.
Okay, so
Come on.
I knew.
No
like, here's the thing:
way.
is that I knew what she was saying when she said it. I knew what was going on.
I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
Okay, so microwave.
See, because she's British, I thought when she said microwave weird, I thought she was
Yes.
going to say like microwave.
Right. Or like how they say aluminium, right?
Yes, that's the other one.
Okay. So, no. So what happened was somebody wrote this on Twitter and they said, I love this. We deliberately mispronounce words in our house all the time. So much fun. And then Nigella replied to that and said, we do too, exactly that.
Microwave.
Yeah, so I get it. Like, I knew that she was deliberately doing that when I watched the clip, but a lot of people thought that that is exactly how the woman actually pronounces microwave.
I still need a bit of milk, full fat, which I've warmed in the microwave.
Okay. So
But you don't have that in your house? You don't mispronounce words deliberately in your house? Even though you all know better?
I don't think so.
See, because when Roxy's one of the greatest hamburger eaters I've ever met in my life. And when Roxy was a little kid, she only ever called them Hannah burgers.
Yeah.
Right? And so still to this day, I'm like, what do you want for dinner? Do you want like spaghetti, a Hannah burger, or whatever? And then she'll answer Hannah burger. Like, that's just the way it is.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure there are.
On our Netflix, put it this way, okay? On our Netflix, when Rox was younger, she built all of our profiles for us on Netflix. So she gave us our icons, like our avatars, and she put our names in.
Okay.
But my name is spelled D-A-D-Y, and Catherine's name is M-U-M-Y. So whenever we're on Netflix, we're always like, where is it? Is it in Dadey or Moomy? Right? And so we're always Dadey and Moomy, right? And always will be Dadey and Moomy.
So when she's at home, though, like, does she call you Dadey?
No.
Or
no.
she just says
We just
Dad?
call each other dude.
Oh.
But anytime it's on Netflix, it's like, whose profile is it under? Dadey's or Moomy's? And we're like, Moomy's. Like we'll never say, Mommy, your daddy. It's always Dadey and Moomy.
I'm trying to think if there are any words. I'm sure there are. They're just not coming to my mind.
No, you will. You will.
I know shallots, we say shallots because I think my mother-in-law said it once.
I didn't call them shallots until I was well into my 30s because
my
mother
mother-in-law said it that way,
Yes.
and then since then we just called them shallots.
Yes, but my mom, oddly enough, called shallots. But what she called shallots weren't actually shallots.
What were they?
So my mom, spring onions, the long green ones? That's what my mom called shallots.
Oh, but that's a green onion.
It's a green onion.
Yeah.
But that in my house growing up, that was a shallot, not a shallot or a green onion.
Matthew mispronounces the word Zamboni all the time.
How does he say that?
Awning.
Awning?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Anytime we go to a hockey game, he goes, when does the awning come out to clean the ice?
He
doesn't know the word Zamboni.
He thinks it's an awning. What does he call an awning then?
I have no
Zamboni.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
What was going on at this MTV thing last night? What was it? Because there was no movies.
No, it's just the greatest of all time. They were just doing an award show to award the best.
Oh, that's
so there are
what
no
it
nominees.
was.
They already here's the list, and
So
here they
it was sort of like the the best of MTV.
It's like if you showed up knowing you won.
Right, I gotcha. Because they gave away some cool awards last night. The big news was that Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore casually dropped that they're going to do a new movie together.
What?
Yeah.
People love them together.
I know.
MTV is giving us an award, Drew, for the best duo of all time. That's great.
I'm flattered, and that is an amazing honor. Although, I would have gone with Adam and Eve.
Batman and Robin.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Good. Gin and tonic.
I think we're better than gin and tonic. Well, almost. Anyway, it was so much fun to make a movie with you in every of the last 3 decades.
Yes. And Drew, it's 2020, so you know what that means.
Everything sucks.
Yeah, that's true. But also, it's a new decade, so we get to make another movie together.
Yes, right. Well, let's wait until we find something amazing. I mean, we do have 10 years.
9 years and 1 month.
You're right. Well, that's not enough time. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It has to be special. We need to create a duo as iconic as Julia and Robbie, Henry and Lucy, and what were our names in Blended again?
I forget. Jack and Jill?
No, you did that movie without me. And that actress you got to play Jill was horrible.
She was nice and she was pretty, so I disagree.
All right, I'll admit it. I'm into her.
So there you go. So, of course, it was Adam Sandler playing both Jack and Jill in that movie.
I never watched that because I remember the trailer for it. I was like, I'm not into it.
Terrible. And I love Adam Sandler.
Do you think that they filmed something
No. But Adam Sandler has that giant Netflix deal, right?
Well, that was going to be my next question. Are we talking theatrical release
Netflix,
or
100%
probably it's going to be
Netflix.
Netflix, right?
Yeah, because his movies do so well on Netflix. He's cranked out the most watched movies that Netflix has.
Yeah. He's just all home runs. Every single one of them.
Everything. They're all great. Murder Mystery is still one of my favorite movies that I've seen in the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm looking forward to that. And did you see? Are you a huge fan? Because I know we've talked about this before, but I don't know what your level of fan is when it comes to Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Oh my God, I love that movie. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they gave an award to Jason Segel and Kristen Bell for Forgetting Sarah Marshall, but only Jason Segel did the award. It was for the breakup.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
Like, remember the breakup scene?
Yeah.
When he was nude?
Yeah,
and then,
right at the beginning.
Right at the beginning. And then he refused to put clothes on while he sat on the couch.
Yeah.
So they gave him the award for the most heartbreaking breakup. but Jason Segel did, like, he accepted the award in character.
I'm so happy to be here. It was a great experience, and to get to reunite with Sarah, that's like awesome. So it's really good to see you.
Kristen. It's Kristen.
Yeah, Kirsten.
It doesn't matter. I'm excited to be here as well. This is such a cool thing to be recognized. I mean, the greatest breakup. That is something to be proud of.
Yeah, totally. It's so neat to see you too, and just that you would come all this way to hang out together. It's really awesome.
Well, yeah, again, because I'm here to accept the award because I feel so grateful to receive it, and you know that I love the fans out there, and I'm so grateful to you, Jason, for giving me this opportunity
thanks. Well,
here to accept the award.
Cool. I feel like we're saying the same thing.
Sort of, yeah. And
I mean, we don't have to fight about it.
I'm not fighting.
No, I'm not fighting either.
I'm happy to see you too, but you know what? Never mind. It's in the past.
To us.
See, thank you so much for the award. So how about to the award?
To us.
To the accomplishments.
Yeah, to what we accomplished together as a team.
Oh my God, I love that.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Damon, we're coming in here for a sec.
Ooh, girl, you're in trouble.
Girl? No, he's not in trouble.
Oh.
I thought so too, Mocha. Don't worry.
No. So did Maury tried to start a new tradition? And I'll tell you, I'm all for it because this year is so whack that you got to take big chances and start new traditions and do all that stuff. So what was your tradition? You went to drive through a rich neighborhood, right?
I thought, how cool would it be if we all got in the car and drove? Matthew, Andy, and I.
Oh. We all.
Yeah.
We all got in the car.
Be careful with your words these days, man. Come on.
Griswolds. Yeah. Okay.
So we all got in the car, and I'm like, hey, let's go for a bit of a drive, because I know when I was a kid, I would drive through like the super rich neighborhood, and you'd see decorations, you'd play Christmas music in the car, have some hot chocolate, and it'd be super cool.
Like drive around rich people's houses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I had the hot chocolate, we had the Christmas music going, we went through the rich area.
Yeah.
Not one house had any decorations. I was so disappointed. It was such a bust. And I'm in the car going, it's their job as rich people to put up decorations.
For who? You?
So that we could drive around and look at them. Like, you have the money.
You should have scouted the location beforehand.
I know.
Yo, Matthew must have been pissed.
He was like, he's like,
was he mad at you or was he mad at the rich people?
He was mad at the situation. He's like, I got all dressed up. And
all dressed up?
Yo,
be honest, did he do his hair?
Oh no, he was wearing a winter hat and the winter coat and the scarf. Like we all, like it's a
Did he put on cologne? Did he put on cologne?
No, he only puts on cologne for a to-do.
Oh. This wasn't a to-do?
This is not a to-do.
Okay, so you're all in the car.
Yeah, these are massive homes.
Right.
Massive.
What neighborhood was this?
Like the Bridal Path.
Drake's neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the only house that had anything was Drake's house, had two massive wreaths on the door.
On the door or on the gate?
On the gate.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't say that's not the door.
He's not going to muck up his door with a
Well, you can't even see the door.
No.
But he had two massive wreaths on the door.
Out front of Drake's house, because he's got all those tall trees, right?
Mm-hmm.
Were there any of the trees like decorated,
No,
wrapped
just two
in
big
lights?
wreaths.
So are you mad that, like, this is what I'm curious, because are you mad that they didn't decorate the houses, or are you mad that they didn't decorate the walls surrounding their houses?
No, the trees, the homes, like anything.
Nothing.
So you can walk, you can drive around, take some pictures.
You're the reason they don't do that.
Then don't own a big house.
What are you talking about? Don't own it. They owe you nothing.
It's Christmas. That's what we do as not
Was that
rich
the only
people.
neighborhood you drove through? Did you go anywhere else?
No, but I wanted to see how the rich decorate their homes.
Right.
They
There's
don't.
more than one rich neighborhood around here.
Yeah,
though.
that's like the real rich one, though.
No, this is like these homes are like the
You know
size
what,
of a
though?
mall.
Yeah.
I'll agree with
they
a
live
little
They
bit.
live in Home Depots.
I'll agree a little bit with what Dan Maury's saying, because I have noticed there are houses now where you've either gone way overboard with lights and it looks beautiful, or there are a bunch of houses where they just put literally nothing.
Yeah.
I haven't seen like
Do you
an
think
in-between.
people should put light? Like, do you like?
Oh, I don't care.
Do you think you're a bad neighbor if you don't put lights
No,
up?
I don't
Absolutely.
care. No.
I knew Maury did.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Michael, what's up, dude? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going on with you?
How will I ever find love again if I can't get over my ex?
Oh, God, that's a big question, man. How will I ever find love again if you can't get over your ex? Yeah, you said to us that you guys have broken up for a year now. You were together for 5 years, even though you're only 20 years old. You say that you think about her every day and you feel like you're not going to find someone else because you're still in love with this girl.
Yeah.
Are you still texting her?
No, actually, when we broke up, it was like really hard for me. And I guess at the time I was bothering her, so like I was blocked on everything.
Oh, so she blocked you?
Yeah, on like everything. And I haven't even spoken to her for like a year.
Okay, so why did she break up with you?
To this day, I still don't know the reason.
Okay, so that's why you can't get over it, because you don't have closure.
Yeah.
Closure.
Was there anything wrong in the relationship?
I was 19 at the time, and I still didn't have a job, but I was working. And I ended up finding a job at Ford, and I was kind of treated poorly. I was promised positions I didn't get, so I ended up quitting. And I'm starting to think that part of the reason was because I wasn't like motivated to find another job at the time, because I was just like, I was scared to get another one because I didn't want the same thing to happen again, which at the time now it seems stupid.
Yeah, so I think that there's a couple of things going on. I think that one, it was a very young relationship. You guys started seeing each other when you were 15, right? Or 14? Yeah. 15. And those relationships are tough. That's like, we're talking first love kind of territory. Oftentimes they don't go into, young adulthood. They don't last until you're 20 years old, but this one did. And a lot of others do. But it's hard. Getting over your first love is really tough, man. Some people do it when they're, 16, and some people have to do it when they're 20. And I think that you have to, you got to go easier on yourself. You got to start looking for reasons why this happened. And I think what's happening with you is you're still riding confusion and optimism as opposed to dealing with the pain. And I think that you have to stop wondering what you did wrong. I think that you have to stop wondering if there's still a chance. And I think you have to sit and just get in your feelings and deal with the actual hurt that you're going through.
Yeah.
And that's the only way for it to happen. And you're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be pissed off. You're allowed to whatever. But, even calling us, it's been a year. I suspect that you still talk about this with people in your life.
I do, yeah. And
Don't. Stop it. Stop it.
What are the people that you're talking to about this saying about this or about the way you're feeling?
Well, when I, my closest friend, when I tell him, I'm really missing her today, and then he'll be like, I really never liked her. She was kind of mean to you. She was rude to you. So I feel like you should get over her pretty quick.
Okay. Maybe that's just them also brushing off the conversation because they are sick and tired of hearing you talk about it so much.
Yeah, probably.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you need to move past. Not getting closure is so terrible, and not that everybody deserves closure, but it's nice when you get it, because oftentimes closure doesn't even fix the thing that you think that it's going to fix. So I don't even know, because closure could turn into this. You could be spending all of this time not wondering, what happened, and wondering if it's something you did or something you said, and it's very confusing. And you think that closure is going to make things better, when closure can sometimes make things worse, because if you are expecting, some rational reason as far as why she broke up with you, if you were to have that conversation, you could get smacked with this. If you say, why did you break up with me? She could just look at you and say, because I didn't love you.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to go through that.
You know what I mean?
And then you'll start spiraling again.
And
even worse.
So I think you got to get out of the what happened. I think you have to maybe put closure aside, because that's not looking like it's going to happen. I think you got to stop blaming yourself for figuring out what you did wrong and possibly thinking that you can make it right. And I think you need to sit here and deal with the pain.
Okay. The crazy part about this relationship was she lives in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up meeting. It was still like an app on a game. We started talking for like a year before we even dated. And so this is why I can't even talk to her, because she did block me and everything. So it's not like I can go to the States and, say like, hey, what did I do kind of thing. So that even made it, I guess, harder.
How often did you guys see each other?
Every chance we got. Like, I would drive up there every weekend, or she would come down here when she was off of school because she's in college.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so you guys did see each other a lot. But man, listen, young love, it's your first love, and these are hard as hell to get over.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
But you just got to allow yourself to go through the process.
Go through the sadness, man.
Yeah, you got to go through the sadness, buddy. Mocha just said it. Go through the
Okay.
sadness.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All
Would
right,
it make you
brother.
feel better if I played like a sad song?
Yeah, you want to hear a
right
real
now?
sad song? What'll make you cry right now, man?
Say You Won't Let Go by Sam Smith.
Ooh, that's actually James Arthur. Yeah, good one. All right, buddy. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Hello?
Hello?
Coco.
Hey, is this Roz Mocha?
Uh-huh.
Hi! Oh my god, I'm just getting ready for work.
You saw a blocked number and almost didn't want to answer, huh?
Yeah, because I get those scams all the time, and I don't answer when it's unknown or no caller ID.
Okay, so here's the message we got from Coco. So I just started listening to your podcast. I must say, you guys always make my entire day at work so easy. I even forget the time sometimes and realize that my shift ended already because I can't stop listening to you guys. I started the podcast from the very beginning, and now I am on episode 55, where Roz was talking about how he got the title of Smooth Cool Dude. I just burst out laughing without a sound because I was at work. I work in an office where everybody is just working on their computer quietly, and it was really tough for me to laugh without a single sound. I laughed so hard I started bursting into tears. I had to pause the podcast so I can calm myself down. I love you guys so much. Keep doing what you guys do.
Wow.
Yes, Coco. So you started at the beginning. You're only at 55 right now?
Day. Yes, yeah.
You know, we're like 200 plus now in podcast
I
episodes.
know. Oh my god, I have to stop listening to you guys on live because I want to start from the very beginning.
Oh my God. See, this is a problem.
When I start at work, I had to put the podcast on. I can't stop. Like literally, I can't.
See, that's a problem, man.
That's amazing, though. So you pretty much spend your entire day with the Roz and Mocha Show.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love that, Coco. Thank you. What do you do for a
I love
living?
you guys so much. I work in a lab, in a chem lab, and I work mostly in administration. So
Okay.
I get to work alone and listen to you guys all day.
I find it so interesting every now and then when we find out where people work and sort of where this show exists in environments that I never thought that this show would exist in.
Completely.
Like, who thought that this show would exist inside a chem lab, you know?
Yeah.
It's really wild. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Well, it sounds like you're trying to rush out the door, but we just wanted to call to say hello, first of all, and more importantly, to say thank you very much for spending your day with our show. You have no idea how much it means to us and how much we appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for making my life so easy.
Oh, Coco, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
No. I can't answer that.
Yeah, you can.
It's too early.
Come on now.
I love Roz.
Oh, thank you. I love you too, Coco.
Yeah, I love your sexy voice.
Oh, here we go.
Is there anything specific? It sounds like you just closed the door because you don't want somebody else in the house to hear you flirt with Roz.
I love Roz because you're a smooth cool dude.
Yeah. What did you just say?
You're a smooth cool dude.
You know what?
With the troll job roast.
Oh, God. Here we go. I can never just get a win, huh? Never.
No,
It's never easy for me.
Never.
No.
Love you lots, Coco. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Everybody's doing their year-end lists, and you're getting some really interesting ones now because there's just so much out there. There's so many interesting areas where you can rank individuals or celebrities or whatever it is. Cameo is an app that hasn't been around that long. Cameo is where celebrities, regardless of their status, damn it, Maury's on Cameo. You are on Cameo, and then fans can go on Cameo, and you can choose your celebrity, and then they can record like a personal greeting for you or a loved one. They'll do a birthday shout out for you or anybody you want, happy graduation, whatever it is. And these little personal videos that these stars do. And Cameo has come out to say who their number one top earner was in 2020.
Oh, Carol Baskin.
Incorrect.
So it's not Carol.
You will never guess.
It's not Carol Baskin?
You know him very well, but you will never
he.
guess. And this person is set to make $1 million off Cameo in 2020.
Oh, Justin Bieber.
Incorrect.
Tom Bergeron.
Nope.
Shawn Mendes.
Brian Baumgartner.
Kevin from accounting?
Kevin from accounting in the office.
I love that Mocha figured that out.
No way.
Yes.
He's a top earner on Cameo?
The app's CEO and co-founder, Stephen Galanis, said that Brian Baumgartner,
Kevin Malone.
Kevin Malone from The Office.
Dropping the chili all over the place.
Is set to make $1 million this year. He goes on to say that what people love is his persona, saying he really takes a lot of pride in his craftsmanship of the videos. And I do think that the quality of the Cameo is something that is really important to people. And he's just somebody that really takes it seriously and does a great job. So he is set to top $1 million just from Cameo.
Good for you, Kevin.
Right?
I'm at the bottom of that list.
Maury's at the bottom of that list. How much did you make off Cameo this year, Maur?
Not much, because the problem is that
That's
every
not what
time
I asked. I didn't ask what the problem was.
I made $40.
There we go.
Well, no, because my cameos, they keep
There we go.
expiring. I have to do them for free.
Oh, that's right, because people request more and then he never does them. That's lousy. The people don't want that.
No, well, I mean, in fairness, then they don't have to pay and they get a free video. So, but I keep
Or in
forgetting.
fairness, you could just do what you're being paid to do.
Hold on a second here. If somebody requests a Cameo from you and they pay for a Cameo,
And it expires.
and if you don't deliver it in time, they no longer have to pay, but you have to do that Cameo?
Yes.
How do they force you to do that Cameo?
They shut your account down.
Oh, wow. And how many free ones have you had to do?
More than I've gotten paid for. Like I've done.
Okay, put it this way. How much money do you think you're out from doing free Cameos?
Oh, like $80.
Oh, wow. Way to embrace the technology more.
Completely.
Jesus.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hello.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good. How are you? Who's this?
This is Rebecca.
What's up, Rebecca?
Nothing. I'm just getting ready for work, and I've been binge listening to your podcast. I'm trying to catch up because I'm like super behind.
Oh.
But that's a whole other problem. But
Okay.
I heard on one of the episodes that you introduced us to the Little John and the Kool-Aid Man Christmas song. That song has changed my life.
Oh, yeah?
I've made like 10 of my friends listen to it, and I'm like, I get all hype, and I'm like crumping, and they're like, what is wrong with you? And I'm just like, you have no idea. I can just imagine myself having shots on Christmas Day and drinking, and like my family just looking at me like.
Did you just say crumping?
Yeah, crunking.
Crunking.
Yeah.
Remember crunking?
No, crumping was the dance.
Crumping was the dance,
Yeah,
right?
sorry, not crunk.
Get it? We used to get crunk and crump, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, I haven't said those in a long time.
When was the last time you got crunk, Roz?
Me?
Yeah.
What's crunk again?
Like super drunk.
Oh, a long time ago. I get a little bit drunk quite frequently, but super drunk? No, years.
Yeah, it's been since before the pandemic for sure.
What grade do you teach?
I'm kindergarten.
Oh, have you ever played that song for the students?
Honestly, it hasn't come up on the playlist yet. I've made a playlist because I play Christmas music in my classroom, and we have like a Christmas tree and like a fireplace on like on YouTube.
Do you? That's awesome.
Yeah, we project it for the kids, and they love it. And like, but like if they're cold, they come from outside. Like they'll put their hands in front of the fireplace. And
that's so cute.
Oh my God, kids are so cute.
They're hilarious.
Could you imagine what would be going through their little minds if on the speakers in your classroom, Rebecca, you played them this?
It's that time of year again. Kool-Aid Man, you ready for Christmas? Oh, yeah. Yeah. All I really want for Christmas. All I really want for Christmas. All I really want for Christmas. It's everything on my list, baby. Hey. All I really want for Christmas.
Amazing. I think I'd get hyped and I'd start dancing, and my teaching partner would too. And I think at first they'd look at me and be like, is something wrong with my teacher? And I'd be like, and I would tell them to get into it, and then they start getting into it, but I'd still be hesitant, like, I'm doing this, but should I really be doing this? Am I doing the right thing?
So, Rebecca,
So
this is
good.
on your playlist during the holidays. It's also on my playlist during the holidays. Roz, I assume it's not on yours?
Well, don't assume. No, it's not.
Love you lots, Rebecca. Thanks for listening.
I love you too, guys. You're
All right.
amazing. Only one I listen to.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Question for you.
Go.
Let me just find it first. Give me a second. Would you say that you are ordering more or less food as far as takeout, not groceries and stuff like that, but as far as takeout goes?
Less,
eh?
Yeah. It took us a little while to start ordering again.
Yeah.
But I would still say even now, it's still less.
Interestingly, though, I'm eating more, but I'm ordering less.
That makes perfect sense.
I think part of the reason why is because we're buying more groceries.
But are you not adding in more meals? Like, I now have 2 lunches.
I
found another lunch.
I think we're buying more groceries and making more food at home to eat at home as opposed to ordering
so
out.
let me run you this. DoorDash released their.
Wait, are you ordering more?
I
now?
was at the beginning and at the very beginning, because going to the grocery store was a nightmare. Right? For those first couple months, if you remember, like the first month or so. So I was ordering a lot, and now I rarely do. Now I rarely order.
We still do.
I just have so much more time to cook now.
Yeah, we still do the curbside pickup.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think I'm a little bit more on the extreme side of paranoia when it comes to COVID.
Yeah.
I still don't step foot in a grocery store.
No,
I do curbside pickup, or there's a service where they just deliver it to the house.
Yeah. No, I like going to the grocery store. I go every single day.
Do you play it like a game? Like, do you pretend you're on supermarket sweep?
No, I go to the grocery store every day.
He treats it like real life. He goes to the grocery store, gets what he needs to go.
I say hi to everybody. I walk in. It's like, hey, how are you? I love it. It's part of my daily routine.
Yeah.
I'm in and out in 10 minutes. I use one of the tiny little carts. I buy what I need for the day.
Yeah.
And then I'm out of there. The place is empty for the time of day that I get there. And
So you don't plan out meals, eh?
No, I go every day. I call
Day by day.
Catherine. Catherine. I sit in the parking lot. I call Catherine. I say, what do you need me to get?
Yeah.
She said, I need water, yogurt, whatever. And then she's like, what are you going to make for dinner? And I always say the same thing. I don't know. I'm just going to go in and get inspired.
Water and yogurt.
Yeah, like Perrier and yogurt, because we blow through Perrier so fast. So anyway, DoorDash has released their list of the most ordered items, the most ordered foods of 2020 during the pandemic.
Can we guess? Poutine.
Poutine is on there, number 3.
way. Oh, wow.
Number 3.
Chicken wings?
Fried chicken sandwiches there. No.
Oh, wow.
Miso soup.
Yeah.
At number 10. Chips and guac at number 9.
Good one, yeah.
Donuts at number 8.
Yeah, right.
We did a Krispy Kreme order the other day.
But do they still show up hot?
Yeah, the Krispy Kremes are perfect when they show up. They're perfect. Burgers at number 7.
Yeah.
Chicken biryani at number 6.
Good one, yeah.
Good one. And then fried chicken sandwich at number 5. Naan bread at number 4. Poutine at number 3, Maury. Burrito is number 2.
So number 1, is it pizza?
No, it's not pizza.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
Chicken fingers.
Not chicken fingers.
But you named all the staples already. There's something there.
Think about where we are and what we need, okay? We want comfort.
Oh.
We want...
Shepherd's pie.
No.
Is it a soup?
I don't know of a lot of restaurants that make a shepherd's pie, to be honest with you.
Is it a soup?
It's not really a soup. It's sort of a soup, but not really a soup.
Chili.
It's in that world.
Is it pho?
It's not pho. It's butter chicken.
Wait, but, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Butter chicken's number 1, but naan bread is number 4?
Number 4, yeah.
Because those two go together.
Maybe some people use the leftover hot dog buns in the cupboard like we do when we forget to order naan bread. I'm like, toast up a hot dog bun.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So you remember last week when George Clooney was talking about using the Flowbee to cut his own hair, and he's been using it for years, and it's not just because of the pandemic.
And I'm still not 100% convinced that he wasn't goofing that first time he said it either.
And then he went on, I think it was on Kimmel, and he was demonstrating how he uses the Flowbee to cut his own hair.
Yeah.
So apparently things are so wild over there at the company.
At Flowbee.
Yes. Dude, check this out. They sold out. So they've been selling product like crazy already because of the pandemic. But ever since George Clooney said that he's like an exclusive user of the Flowbee, sales of the Flowbee went up so much that they actually sold out. And if you try to order one, there's like a 2 to 4 week wait, or 2 to 3 week wait now.
But how do we know that they didn't just have 8 of them?
I think they had more than 8.
But like how many Flowbees are they cranking out a year?
Apparently a lot.
Yeah, I rewatched that interview where he originally talked about using the Flowbee.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% convinced that he wasn't goofing from the start. And then took the joke too far and used the Flowbee.
Had to commit to it.
Yeah, and had
because
to
it made news.
Exactly.
That's right.
Exactly. And had to commit to it. I don't know. I mean, this is great for Flowbee. You know, it's the power of
the
Clooney.
VP of Flowbee said that it will be at least 2 to 4 weeks before they can get supply back up to meet the demand of the Flowbee.
Right. Yeah. Do we have that original clip still from that interview?
Where you think he was joking about it?
Yeah. It's not the one when he was on Kimmel. It's the one before that. Because I rewatched it, and as you listen, I don't 100%, like, to me it sounds a little bit like he's goofing, because what I attributed it to was that there have been so many times where things have been shut down, okay? And getting a haircut is taboo. Saying that you still, go to the barber is taboo. Also, he can't say, I have somebody that comes to my house, because that sounds like a rich a-hole thing.
Before the Flowbee, only a skilled professional could produce
So nobody wants to sound like a rich a-hole during a pandemic, and nobody also wants to make it seem like they're still going to a salon.
And have you been cutting your own hair?
I've been cutting my own hair for 25 years.
So it has nothing to do with quarantine?
No. Look, my hair's really like straw, and so it's easy to cut. You can't really make too many mistakes. So years ago, I bought a thing called a Flowbee, which when we were
kids. You did not.
I
don't know, man.
Yeah.
The infomercial, the Flowbee.
It comes with a vacuum cleaner and the clippers. Yeah, I still have it.
Stop it. You don't use it.
My haircuts take literally 2 minutes. I go.
Is this Flowbee?
Yeah, it's Flowbee.
That is awesome.
Yeah, listen, man, it works.
So you think that this is a fake?
No, I don't know. There's just something about, because everybody has to be so bloody careful, right? Like, you can't come off like you're a privileged rich guy who's getting to live a life that other people can't, whether it's have somebody come to your house to cut your hair or whatever. So I think that maybe at one time he did have a Flowbee. Like, I don't know.
And that's the story he's sticking with.
And that's the story he's sticking with, because it's a very Clooney thing to do, right?
Well, the people over at Flowbee are very happy.
I know, they sold 9 of them this week because of it.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, I watched that Kristen Stewart Christmas movie last night.
Oh,
with
everybody.
Aubrey Plaza. Is that her name? Aubrey Plaza?
Yeah. Shem, get in here. Shem loved that movie.
Did you see it too, Maury? Yeah. And
Dan Levy.
Dan Levy's in it, but I'll tell you, Kristen Stewart. I love Kristen Stewart. I really do. I always have. But she's like human cilantro.
Wow. Okay.
Where you either get a taste of her and you love it, or you get a taste of her and you absolutely despise her and you don't know why anybody else enjoys her. And I love Kristen Stewart, where Catherine is like, no.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I don't mind
and it's
her.
irrational.
Huh.
What did you guys think of the movie?
I thought it was fantastic. I agree with your take on Kristen Stewart. I think you're either going to love that movie or you're going to hate it based on how you feel about Kristen Stewart.
Really?
Yeah,
Kristen Stewart forms your opinion on the entire movie, even with that stellar cast?
I agree with Roz completely.
Yeah, Maury.
I thought the movie was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
If you go to the KISS website, I interviewed the writer and the director on the website now.
No, it's good.
I thought that it was a movie that I wish I had when I was younger.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's very much about coming out and dealing with being gay and your family.
Spoiler alert, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, for God's sake, it's a Kristen Stewart movie.
She's gay in the movie? Spoiler alert. I thought it was going to be somebody else.
It's not as funny as I thought it was going to. Dan Levy's scenes are funny, but most of his scenes, he's on the phone, right?
So is he not in the movie like a lot?
Oh, no, he is.
Oh, okay.
But he's Kristen Stewart's brother.
No, best friend.
Best friend.
Yeah.
I thought it was brother.
No, I
got
think
the impression
brother.
it was brother.
Did you? Why would you think brother?
I don't know, the way they talked and they said like...
No, but there's this... Pause, Mocha, earmuffs for a second.
Oh, man, guys.
Earmuffs for a second, just for a second.
Okay.
Just for a second, earmuffs for a second.
Okay.
There's a point in the movie where she talks about how her parents reacted when she came out, and then he's like, oh, my parents did this.
I thought they were being facetious.
What?
I thought they were being like... I thought they were talking about the same parents.
No! What? No, she's like my dad was like I love you forever, and he's like, my dad didn't talk to me for 13 years.
Yeah.
You think that's the same person?
Yes, I thought they were talking about the same person.
Okay, don't worry about it. You're going to be too confused if you even listen to that conversation. But no, it's good though. You're not right. Don't do what if I'm right. You're not right. But no, they're good though. He's awesome. Dan Levy's fantastic in the movie.
I love him.
I really enjoyed it. But
Do you want another amazing gay Christmas movie to watch?
Sure, yes, please.
The Christmas House.
This might
on
be my
Lifetime.
thing. This might be my thing. I might be into gay Christmas movies.
It's
What's
the
this one
first,
about?
It's the first Lifetime LGBT lead movie.
But is it LGBT light or do they actually go for it?
It's the first gay kiss on a Lifetime Christmas movie.
I know, but you know what I mean, right? Like
Jonathan Bennett, way to go, buddy.
But like when you say gay kiss, is this like a gay kiss?
Oh no,
or?
they start to kiss and the mom comes out of the house.
Thank you. Okay, yes.
Hey. The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
So they started giving out that vaccine, huh?
Yeah, man.
So the first Brit to get the Pfizer vaccine, 90-year-old Margaret Keenan, 90 years old. She's the first to get it. The second person to get it. So Margaret turns 91 next week.
Yeah.
The second person to get it was an 81-year-old named William Shakespeare.
What?
Yeah. the man's name is William Shakespeare.
For real?
100%.
Now, did they pick him as the second person based on his name?
I don't think that they need to do gimmicks to make news on the first person in the world. You know what I mean? It's sort of big news already.
Yeah.
You know, nobody saw William Shakespeare on the list and went, "Oh my God, this is going to be perfect. We'll get a ton of traction on this." No, he's the second person to get the COVID vaccine.
Huh.
But
so the Queen's nowhere on that list, huh?
No, not yet.
No one in Buckingham Palace?
She already got. We're
Yeah,
just not going to hear
secretly.
about it. When they do it for television and stuff like that, they're just someone's going to poke their finger in her arm. She's going to go, "Oh."
Yeah.
And
That'll be the
fake
Crown
it.
season 6.
Yeah, they're going to fake it for TV. What are you going to do? But this is Margaret Keenan.
This is a terrible, terrible disease, so we do want rid of it, you know, so anything that helps is a bonus, isn't it, really? I would say go for it. Go for it because it's free and it's the best thing that's ever happened at the moment, so please go for it. That's all I say, you know. If I can do it, well, so can you.
Right.
And then she's going to have to get another one in
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah?
Yeah, because it's a two. I didn't know this about it. It's because some of the vaccines. This one is the Pfizer one, and it's a double vaccine. It's a double dose. So it's 2 doses administered 3 weeks apart. But there's another one that came out that is only a single vaccine that you don't need to get 2 weeks apart. I don't remember which one that is.
Is that the Moderna one?
The UK ordered 40 million doses, but only 800,000 shots will be available as part of the first wave that begins today. So they're starting today with 800,000 doses. That's a lot.
How did we in Canada only secure 249,000?
Because we don't manufacture it. Companies that manufacture doses get first dibs on doses.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we don't manufacture it here. So
what are
that's one of the
scientists
reasons.
doing?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. We'll get ours.
know.
But yeah, it's interesting that already people are getting the vaccine, and it's just weird to see like 90-year-olds at the forefront of anything.
Right.
Yeah, like that's the wild part of it, because all the old people have been hidden away for so long.
I know.
Like, when's the last time you even saw an old person? Like, I was watching the news and I saw
on TV.
William Shakespeare and I saw Margaret Keenan.
Yeah.
But other than that, you don't see old people anymore.
No, not at all. They're all hiding.
Yes.
Trying their best to be safe.
Yeah.
Not wanting to talk to anybody.
No. It's so welcome back, old people. I would say, right? But there you go. The first vaccines are in.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Go Raptors, go. My Raptors are in Tampa. Preseason starts Saturday, 7 o'clock Eastern. You can watch the game on Sportsnet when they play the Hornets. 3 members of the organization, it was announced, have tested positive for COVID, although they won't say who in the organization and whether or not those are players.
Mm-hmm.
Because they got a whole bunch of folks from the office who are down there in Tampa, right? So it could be anybody working like directly or indirectly with Masai.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you saw the video yesterday of Masai taking a Canadian toonie, and placing it as a good luck charm on the under part of one of the panels that make up the full court.
Mm-hmm.
The practice court.
The practice court.
That
Okay.
the Raptors are going to be using.
Yeah.
He figured just bring a little bit of Canada.
Well, because they did it with
Tampa.
they did it with the Looney before, right?
They did it with the Looney before as well. So they put that on the bottom of the court, the practice court. And then, I don't know, did you see that new logo? Or, sorry, new logo, air quote. It's like their logo that they're using in Tampa of the raptor biting the palm tree.
I liked the mock-up of the Tampa Raptors where... Did you see that mock-up that somebody did?
Oh, with the different colors,
where it was like the raptor was wearing like a palm tree T-shirt and had sunglasses on. It was all like
fun.
neon.
It was very fun.
Yeah, I really liked that logo. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
But no, when it comes to COVID, it's interesting. I think that people, like if it is a player that tested positive, I think that they have an obligation to go public with it.
Yeah.
I really do. And not for nothing, your own medical procedures and everything else are, of course, they're private. But when you're dealing with something as incredibly important as COVID, I think that if you are a Toronto Raptor or if you are anybody else with the platform, because we started hearing at the very beginning, everybody was public with it. Mm-hmm. Tom Hanks was like very public. I'm going through it now. Yep. Idris Elba, I'm going through it now. You had all these people that were like,
Alyssa Milano.
I'm going through it now.
Yeah.
And then you stopped hearing that. And you started hearing stories of people, I had it when.
Khloe Kardashian.
Exactly.
And Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And they had it early.
They had it.
We only found out like a month and a bit ago, right?
Yeah. And I think that when you look at everything that's gone on, especially in the States with the attitudes towards COVID, I think that people stopping going public with having COVID, especially when you're that level of fame, did an incredible disservice to people.
But I thought, like, especially when it comes to sports, because you hear, like, throughout the NFL, especially, all these players who are being tested positive, right? And they're saying X amount of players. They may not necessarily go into individual names, but you can kind of figure that out when you, like, look at the roster if you're following a game, right?
Yeah.
Like, why they wouldn't say that just for the safety of the league and the other teams.
Well, it's not, like, I don't want a team to name people. I think you as an individual should do it.
Right.
You as an individual need to come out and show people what's going on.
Yeah.
Like to see the Khloe Kardashian, the hell that she went through with COVID, but to see it months and months and months after, and it was held for the TV show, did such an incredible disservice to educating people who are your fans. Like, you guys use social media for everything else, to sell every product you have, but the one chance you had to sort of like put yourself out there and say, guys, this is real. This is what it's like. They held it.
Mm-hmm. And when you
for
saw
the E-show.
And when you saw the footage of Khloe, she was in bad shape.
She was in bad shape.
Right?
And she had
I
it
agree with
early.
that. I agree with that.
And she had it early. Back in March.
Yeah, I agree with that. They should have mentioned it, put it out there.
Yes.
Back in the early stages when people didn't really know as much as what we know now.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Because it started that way. It started and people were because it was kind of cool I had COVID. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, look at me, I got COVID. You know, right? Everybody was like, oh my God, Tom Hanks has COVID, Idris Elba has COVID. And then people stopped talking about it. And people started
you know why? Because they were all like, okay, well, what are the long-term effects?
Well, exactly.
What's going to happen in like 15, 20 years? Talk to me then.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey. The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
As we wind down the year, we're getting all the year-end lists.
Yes.
The top lists of this, that, and the other. And Billboard just put out their top list of 100 best songs
of the year
of 2020. And I don't agree with number one. And I think they made a huge mistake.
Interesting. What is it based on? What's their metric, though? Is it based on their own charts or is it opinion?
I believe this is just based on their own charts. I don't have the full criteria here as to what Billboard bases, whether it's streams, whether it's music video, views, whether it's album sales, chart, the amount of weeks that a song is number one on the charts or whatever, right?
Right.
Or if it's impact that it had.
Gotcha.
So a couple of the songs on there, Miley Cyrus, Midnight Sky, they have ranked as number 16, this track.
Yeah, it's been a long night and the mirror's telling me to go home.
Billie Eilish's new song, Therefore I Am, just dropped like a month and a half ago. And that's on the list at number 14. Cardigan from Taylor Swift is on there at number 11. Break My Heart from Dua Lipa is on there at number 10. Rockstar from The Baby is in at number 9. I think it should be a little bit higher. Massive song. I'm glad it's top 10. I think it should at least be top 5. Billboard has as the song number 9 in their list out of 100 songs, best songs of 2020. Number 8 is Mood from 24K Golden. Dynamite from BTS is in at number 7. Say So from Doja Cat is in at number 6. And I will say this. Doja Cat, Say So, I think it should be ranked higher than what they have as their number 1 song.
Okay.
One of my favorite songs of the year is in at number 5 for Billboard.
God.
Yeah, I'll say this too. I think this Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion WAP should be ranked higher than what they have as number 1 on their list. Yes. Number 3 is also Megan Thee Stallion and number 4 is Harry Styles, Adore You. Number 3 is Savage from Meg Thee Stallion and Beyonce. Here is where things go
fall apart for you?
All wrong.
Okay.
In my opinion. Billboard has number 2, their second biggest song, in their opinion, of 2020 is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, which I think should be number 1. This song spent 8 weeks at number 1. This song has 211 million streams.
Yeah.
Right? Not even Grammy nominated. But The Weeknd, Blinding Lights, is easily the biggest song of the year. You know what they had at number 1?
What's that?
And in streams, this comes like nowhere close to The Weeknd. Billboard has ranked at number 1 their best song of 2020. Rain on Me from Gaga and Ariana Grande. Absolutely not.
Wow.
For 4 weeks in a row.
What's that?
This song was number 1 for 4 weeks in a row.
So half for The Weeknd.
Yeah. So it has equal opportunity to be number 1 on their
No, it
list
doesn't.
for this.
This song had a total of 31 million views. 31 million streams. The Weeknd, Blinding Lights, had 211 million. You can't tell me this song is bigger than The Weeknd's.
But if it's just based on opinion and not what's number 1 and how many streams, then
Well, that's why I don't have the criteria, so I don't know
I read
what
it.
Billboard.
It's just based on the Billboard staff's opinion.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that's lame.
Yeah, but that's how a list should be.
Yeah, you're either going to put together a list based on metrics or you're going to put together a list based on opinion. The ones on opinion are the best because
Exactly.
you can debate that. You can't debate metrics.
Whoever wrote this over at Billboard, y'all are wrong.
So why? So you're not saying that Rain on Me is not a great song?
Not at all.
But you're only basing it on the fact
It's not better. I'm basing it on popularity. I'm basing it on streams. I'm basing it on Billboard.
No. That's not this.
Okay, my opinion.
Yes.
Rain on Me is not better than Blinding Lights.
Okay.
My opinion. Rain on Me is not better than Savage.
There you go.
My opinion. Rain on Me is not better than WAP.
Okay. Really, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
My opinion. Rain on Me is not better than Dynamite by BTS.
Wow. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. The Army's okay with that. It's
My
okay.
opinion. Rain on Me from Lady
Yeah.
Gaga is not better than Mood from 24K Golden.
Wow.
My opinion.
Wow.
Rain on Me is not better than Rockstar by DaBaby.
Wow.
Let me argue. Did you hear Rain on Me more often and in more places than a lot of those songs you mentioned?
No, I heard Blinding Lights way more than any of those songs that I mentioned.
No, outside of your house.
No, everywhere. Yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. I think what this is this is why these stupid lists are stupid. Is that
It's true.
All right.
It's so dumb.
Okay, it's so dumb. They're so
I don't know
dumb.
why I'm getting so heated.
Yeah, no, that's fine though. But I understand, which is that every now and then you get a list where you could understand the debate to put something at the top of a list, where you could understand somebody's point of view, you could understand where they were coming from and how they justified it. I know how you're feeling right now because to you, justifying Rain on Me as the best song of the year is an impossible task.
Yeah.
That you just cannot justify that over 3 or 4 of the songs that are underneath
Let me ask
it.
you this.
I get it.
If number 2 was Rain on Me and number 1 was The Weeknd on this list, would you
Yeah.
be okay with that?
I don't even think we'd be talking about
Exactly.
it right now.
It's just switching two places.
No,
yeah, but
I would-
but
I'll tell
number
you
one
what
and
I-
number two is a huge spot.
But I
Maury.
will tell you what I would argue.
Yes.
Is the fact that Rain on Me doesn't even deserve number 2.
I completely
Okay.
disagree. It was a big song of
But
the
that's
year.
a real petty argument to have, though.
Oh, I know.
So why-
Nobody who wants to kick somebody out of number 2. Nobody does. That's a real evil thing.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is.
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Laura. It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. So why do you want to be a part of Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life?
Well, I'm just wondering how I can get my husband on board to have more kids.
Yeah, so you said, here it goes, that you've been with your husband for 10 years. You have 2 kids together, and you would really love to have a third, but he says he is done and doesn't want anymore. I love my family, but it doesn't feel complete to me yet. Help. That's a big one.
Yeah. How many kids
Yeah.
do you... so you have 2 kids. How old are your kids?
I've got a 4-year-old and a 1.5-year-old.
Okay.
And why doesn't your husband want any more kids?
He just says he's done. That's the only answer I've gotten.
Okay. Is he older than you?
Yeah.
How much older than you is he?
He's 5 years older, but he's only 32. He's
Okay.
not like old. He's only
Okay.
32.
Okay. And so why do you want more kids?
I've just always wanted a bigger family.
But you have, I'm just saying right now, you have been blessed with 2 children already, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
So-
did you guys have a discussion when you got together as a couple as to, future plans if we decide to have kids, how many we would like to have?
Yeah, it was always like flipping back and forth between 2 and 3.
Oh, okay.
So it was never like he didn't want to have more,
Yeah.
but now he's like dead set on not having more.
Okay. And it's not saying that like whatever that conversation was years ago that you should stick to that. I'm just kind of like curious as to where the conversation started and what each of you had discussed in the past.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering how far you are willing to sort of take this. Like if he says absolutely not, I don't want to have another one, are you going to leave him?
No.
Okay.
I love him too much.
Okay. So we're not at that point.
No.
Okay.
I just sort of joke with him now that like I don't technically need you, but it's more of like a joke. But I don't think he finds it very funny.
Okay. So would you consider that?
No, because there's been no coming back from that. That like that would be the end for him. Like he would call it quits.
Yeah. That's also a terrible.
Yeah.
It's also a terrible joke to make, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Like I wonder if
It's
there's something else.
it's
Not
wildly
saying
hurtful.
that there always has to be a additional reason, but like I wonder if in his mind, if there is a specific reason as to why he doesn't want to have kids anymore, or sorry, have any more kids.
If there is a reason, I don't know what it is.
Okay. I think that you are 2 different people who have 2 different opinions on the same thing, which is a family matter. And instead of this being a conversation about what you want and why you want it, and what he does not want and why he doesn't want it, I think that all these conversations should be about what is best for the family. And not what is good for you and not what is good for me and not your wants and needs or my wants and needs. You need to talk about the ramifications or the glory that would happen to the family, to the 2 of you together in making this decision and having these conversations. You can't talk as individuals. Otherwise, something as personal and as wonderful as, wanting to have a baby, you will never see his side.
Yeah.
When you want a baby, okay, when you're the person in that position, it's very giving. It comes from a place of love. It comes from a place of I want to expand the family, and I have so much love to give, and I don't feel complete because I have all of this in me, and babies are wonderful, and we're great parents, and let's just go family. That's a really positive place to come from. When you're the person who really doesn't want a kid, it sounds very negative. It's like you're immediately put on the side of being the monster in this conversation. Of how could you not? How could you deny me of this? How could you all of this stuff? It becomes very accusatory, and he's never going to see your side. You are never going to see his side. The only chance that you guys have to figure this out together is to make the decision about what is best for the family. It's not about what you want, what he wants. It's what's best for the family.
And do you have any like advice on how to get that conversation going? Because like when he doesn't want to have a conversation, it's like he just like blank, like he doesn't.
That was going to be my next question is, have you had a chance to sit down, just the 2 of you, to talk about this, or are you bringing it up when like other things are happening, like somebody's making dinner or you're in the car heading to wherever? Like, do you ever like talk about this when it's just the two of you and like literally nothing else is happening in your life?
Like once the kids are in bed and it's just us, like I've mentioned it, sort of brought it up, sort of like in a lighter kind of mood. But he's just like, I'm done. Like, I don't want to have this conversation.
Because I don't think you're talking about it. I think that every opportunity that you guys have this conversation, it's just you trying to convince him to do what you want.
No, I asked him, like, is there a reason? And he's like, no, I just don't want more. Like, that's as far as I've gotten.
But what other reason does he need to have?
Well, I just want to have, like, a discussion about it. Right?
Sure.
But what if you have this long discussion and at the end of it, he's still like hard set on not wanting any more kids?
Like, maybe I would have more understanding, maybe, because if it's just like a no, I don't. It's just like, well,
so
why
here's
don't
okay.
you,
So
you know?
instead of, because I think that he feels terrible. You know, I think that he feels that he's denying, you something and somehow hurting the family. And that's an awful feeling. It's an awful feeling. It's terrible. I think that
I didn't really think of it like that.
Yeah, of course he does. And who wants to have that conversation? He loves his wife. He loves you. He loves the kids. But somehow he's doing damage to the family because he doesn't want another one. That's it. It makes him feel like a bad dad. It makes him feel like a bad husband. It makes him feel bad in all sorts of different ways. I think that if you're gonna go at this and just say to him straight up and start a conversation. Say, I am not going to try and convince you to have another kid. I'm not going to try and explain why I want another kid, because the reality is I just do. There's a part of me that feels incomplete, and I just feel that I got a lot of love and I would love to have another one around. But what this conversation needs to be is for you to just sit with me and just explain to me why you don't. I will not try to convince you. I just need to know where your head's at. Is it fear? Is it that you think that you're too old? Is it that you think that there's not enough money? Is that you think that you're going to be too busy, that your own dreams aren't going to be able to be fulfilled? Like, just get him talking about it without trying to convince him that he's wrong.
Okay, that makes way more sense. That helps so much, seeing it from like another perspective.
Okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you very much, Laura.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Holy cow, Mandalorian is so good this season.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute best. I love it. I don't know when they're supposed to start shooting season 3 or if they've already started. But season 2 is going to be very tough to beat.
Yeah, it's very good. It's
Nerf.
everything that Star Wars is supposed to be.
Tom Bergeron has been watching The Mandalorian as well and tweeting about that.
What's he saying about it?
That he just started watching it and absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
And he'll get back to you on what he thinks.
Everything's awesome about The Mandalorian, man.
Nerf is now selling for pre-order the Mandalorian rifle.
Oh, really?
The actual rifle that Mando uses.
Oh, look at that. Incredible. Ooh,
So
it's
announced-
$120. too.
$120. Now, the thing is, though, so they announced it like yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Or last night. But we won't get it until July.
Well, that was, but do you remember even with Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda was the same thing,
They
yeah.
didn't have any merchandise ready to go. People
But they announced it.
couldn't get a Baby Yoda doll for like 8 months after the show even started.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
right. That's right.
Yeah, they're really sort of they're not treating Mandalorian the same way that they treat the movies. With the movies, the toys come out before the films, and oftentimes the toys have spoilers.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
people will see the toys and they actually give away little bits
Because the
of
nerds are too
the
smart
movies.
now,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
So I wonder if this is like if they actually have a plan and they're rolling things out slowly, or if they kind of wait to see what fans kind of gravitate towards or make noise
Right.
about online, and then want to replicate that product to sell.
Yes. It's tough because I'm like, I want all that stuff, but I don't have room for that stuff. Like, I really want the Mandalorian Nerf gun.
You know
but
what?
I'm like, I got to find a place to put it. And Catherine's going to be like, you're not putting it in my space. You can put it in, find your space.
Garage.
Yeah.
Ends up in the attic.
Well, yeah.
And also $120.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
believe
that
me,
seems kind of...
Well, I'm not worried about the money.
Oh.
And I don't mean that. Listen, I don't mean that as in I got sacks of cash. I mean, it's not $220.
No, I
okay?
know, but
It's
still.
like $120 on the Mandalorian gun. To me, seems like a bit of a deal, although it is a bit excessive. Now, do you think Gina Carano, Cara Dune on Mandalorian is the one who's bad? Somebody's selling his ass out. And it's either Carl Weathers or Gina Carano. Somebody's selling his ass out.
I don't know. Something inside of me says that it's actually going to be Apollo Creed, Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
He's the one. I think he's the one
Grief?
that's feeding information off to the bad guys.
I don't know, man. To me, I think it's Cara Dune.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's
But
Gina
why,
Carano.
though? Why?
Because she had that really sketchy conversation with Appa.
I know.
From Kim's Convenience at the end of episode 3 or whatever it was, where she was super sketchy, and she's now elevated to the marshal of whatever little town it is. And I think that it's all a ploy to sort of move in the empire, and she's going to be at the forefront of it. Because when Mando landed and met Kreef and Kara, and his plane needed to be fixed, the Razor Crest needed to be fixed up, and they were like, yeah, no problem, we got this. It was after that, it was when they rebuilt his ship that it had a tracker on it.
Yeah.
So they put the tracker there, right? And I don't think that it's Kreef that did it, because he's not acting sketchy at all. There's no sort of little footprints left as to why he would be the one that did it. It was her idea to go up to that base and take out those things. It was her idea.
Have you been watching YouTube videos?
No, zero.
Oh.
Zero, because I don't want to watch any of YouTube videos on it. No, nothing. But she's sketchy.
I'm not saying whether you're right or not.
She's sketchy, man.
Because I watch a lot of these YouTube videos as soon as I finish watching an episode.
Yeah. Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
see,
you're
I
not, and like kind of going through some of the things online that people are saying.
Yeah.
You're not the first person to think that, by the way.
I think she's going to screw him over.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
I can't wait. New episode drops on Friday.
Hey.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Hello?
Happy birthday. It's Roz and Mocha.
Oh my God, thank you.
What's going on?
Not much. I'm just making my breakfast. I have work early.
Oh, you're making your own breakfast on your own birthday?
Yeah.
Where's your fiance, John?
Oh, he's in the UK.
Oh, okay. So we got a text from John saying that it's your birthday. The only thing is, John never told us what your name is, but gave us your phone number.
Oh, my name's Gracie.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Gracie.
Well, thank you.
And you are now, how old are you again?
20.
Wow, so no longer a teenager.
Yeah.
How long ago did you guys get engaged?
A year and a half ago.
Oh, okay. Wow. And where's he? You said he's in the UK?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is he working there? Or just like
Yeah.
stuck there because of the pandemic?
No, he works there.
Oh, okay.
So what's the plan then when you guys get married?
There's no plan yet, but hopefully I think I'd go over there.
Nice.
So you're getting married young, huh? You got engaged a year and a half ago and you just turned 20 today?
Oh, there's no plan yet. I think it wouldn't happen for the next few years.
Yeah. How do you know? How do you know that this was the guy? How do you know that he's the one?
He's so nice to me. He's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting him to message you guys.
Is he from there? He got the accent and everything?
Yeah. So he lives there. We met online through like gaming.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow. What game?
Minecraft.
Really?
So you guys met online through Minecraft. Have
Yeah.
you met physically?
Yeah, we met twice.
Okay. Twice. Okay.
Really, huh?
So
Yeah.
he flew to you or you flew to him?
I flew to him.
Both times?
Yeah.
And the second time he proposed?
Yeah.
Hold on a second here. You guys are like The Bachelor. Like you've only hung out. How much time in total have you guys spent in the same like room, like with each other?
The first time I went there for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And the second time, it was actually just right before the pandemic hit. I had to come home early, but I was
Yeah.
going to be there for 2 months.
But how long were you there for?
A month and a half.
Okay, so
month and
so
a
you're
half.
looking at 2 months together.
It really is like The
Yeah.
Bachelorette.
Yeah, that's
and
like The Bachelor.
Wow.
Good for you. That's awesome.
And you knew right away after the first time or the second time when he proposed?
The first time.
Yeah.
And then you guys game like every night and stuff?
Yeah.
Maury wants to know if he's hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because geeks can be really hot.
Well, nobody said he's a geek.
Minecraft.
Look at this guy calling people geeks for what they do. Maury's still spending money on Farmville. and your fiance's the geek.
Well, Gracie, happy
hang
birthday.
on.
What?
No. Joke time.
Okay, what do you got? Want to hear a birthday joke from Maury?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Mom.
Okay, what goes up but never
your
comes
age?
down? Yeah.
Your age. Every single time you say the same joke, man.
Yeah, but that's my thing.
She listens to the show.
That's my thing. Now people are going to be like, "But Maury didn't do the birthday joke." No. I don't want.
Okay,
I don't want.
This is not going to
go.
become the thing. This is not. That joke is not going to become the thing that happens every time we talk to somebody whose birthday it is. Absolutely not. I will not allow it.
Roz, too late.
I
Gracie,
will not allow
much
it.
love to you. Thank you for listening to the
for
Roz and
calling.
Mocha
Did I tell
Show.
my joke?
Have a very, very happy birthday.
I will. Thanks.
But
Take care.
I didn't tell the joke.
Tell the joke.
Is she still there?
Yes.
Okay, what goes up and never comes down?
You just told the joke.
But Mocha interrupted.
The answer's your age.
I know, but at least let me finish saying it.
Thank you, Gracie. Go enjoy your
Bye,
breakfast.
Gracie.
Love you guys.
Hey.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
I'm excited and nervous at the exact same time.
No. Explain, girl.
I saw this on Twitter yesterday. Breaking news. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Kirsten Dunst, Emma Stone, all confirmed to be returning and joining Tom Holland in the new Spider-Man 3 movie.
Mm-hmm.
On top of all that, Jamie Foxx is coming back as Electro. We all knew that. And Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus from the Tobey Maguire
second one, isn't it?
second movie.
Yeah.
And so what they're doing is essentially what everyone kind of like figured a couple of months ago is a live action Spider-Verse movie.
Yeah. With Doctor Strange.
Oh, and Doctor Strange is
Because
coming back as
he's
well.
the one that does it all, right?
He's the one that causes it.
Yeah.
Now, I hold the animated Spider-Verse in such high regard.
Mm-hmm.
It is my actual favorite Spider-Man movie of every single movie that they've released.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Marvel does such a great job. And this may actually be next to like Endgame. This may be the most anticipated Marvel movie they have ever done.
Yes.
Or this will be the most that they've ever done, and probably the most intricate.
I'm going to say right now that if they do Spider-Verse, the movie to me is a fail without having somebody play Miles Morales.
I have a feeling that is that story or that news of Miles Morales.
Yeah.
It's going to happen, but they know that that's going to be the biggest story out of everything that they're talking about for Spider-Man 3, that they're saving that information for last. Because you can't do a movie like this without having Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, just so you know, if you're unfamiliar with Spider-Verse or if you've seen Spider-Verse, he was the little kid, like the little black kid from Brooklyn who had like a Spider-Man suit that was like a little bit too big, like it looked like a Halloween costume.
Totally.
Right? And he was the character is just so awesome, but they have to do that. Like if you're going to go that far, you have to do that.
And with every version of Spider-Man, I would say the Miles Morales version is, for fans, the most popular.
Yes.
So you can't do a live action Marvel Spider-Verse movie without having Miles Morales.
Right. Exactly.
So I think that they're saving that news for last.
Yeah.
Who plays him? I don't know. Oh my God, what's his name? Childish Gambino. He's always been thrown around as being somebody who would be perfect because he's a huge Spider-Man nerd, and people have always said he would be perfect to play Miles Morales.
I think it needs to be a kid.
Although in the Spider-Verse movie and a lot of the comics, he was a kid.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a kid. I think you need to put that dynamic into that universe. I think it'd be great. Really great. So Doc Ock, though, I don't know, man. I out of all the sort of big villains that we've seen in all the big MCU, DC, everything else,
he's like mediocre, right?
I was probably the least overwhelmed with Doc Ock, and I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. And he's old now, and doesn't he show his chest?
Yeah, in Spider-Man 2.
You know what I mean? Like he shows his chest. I don't know. He's old,
It's
man.
Spider-Verse. They can do anything they want.
I guess.
It's all CGI, right?
Guess. Yeah.
They put some pecs on him.
Yeah, but he didn't have him the first time around. The technology didn't exist.
They can flatten the tummy at least.
Yeah,
they can flatten the tummy.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Or maybe he has an alternate version of his suit and it just covers everything.
Like overalls now, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So pretty much everyone
That's a
from
huge cast,
all
man.
of the Spider-Man movies, the ones with Tobey Maguire, the ones with Andrew Garfield, with Tom Holland, like everyone, all the main characters and some of the villains from all those movies are all coming together
amazing.
for Spider-Man 3.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, if you are one of those people who are against all the regulations that come with COVID, being asked to wear a mask and stay at home and socially distance and whatever. Listen to this. Because you would not survive in Taiwan.
Oh, hell no.
There's a guy who was staying at a hotel in Taiwan who stepped out of his hotel room for like 8 seconds.
Like, was he quarantining in the hotel?
Quarantining in the hotel.
Gotcha. Okay.
And he stepped out into the hallway and surveillance cameras caught him. And then the hotel contacted the health department. And the guy was fined 100,000 Taiwan dollars, which works out to like 4,400 Canadian.
Oh.
Just over 4,400 Canadian.
Oh. What did he do in the hallway? What business did he have in the hallway?
They didn't say. I guess maybe they didn't give him a chance to explain. Maybe he was like taking his food tray and leaving it in the hallway. I don't know.
What if you need to get ice?
I don't know.
8 seconds.
It says here, Taiwan has strict quarantine rules that don't allow you to leave your location at all until you have been cleared. The country has done well in dealing with the pandemic through contact tracing and extensive testing. Taiwan has 23 million people, but only 716 reported COVID cases and 7 reported COVID-related deaths.
So, does it say how long he was in there for? Like what? Like was this day 1 or like was this day 12?
I don't have that information.
Man, I need to know that because that matters to me. Because at some point, when you're in hotels, I've spent a lot of time in hotels.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just need to breathe different air. You need to look at something different because when you're in a hotel room.
Yeah, but not during a pandemic.
Yeah, you can't help yourself. You start going mad.
Also, can they charge? I guess it's private property. I guess you can charge somebody if they on private property, right?
No, but it's a designated quarantine hotel. They have them all over the place.
So then jurisdiction, obviously, then...
No, they just call the cops. They said, we got video camera of this guy supposed to be quarantining.
My condo has started a snitch email line.
Of course.
Yeah, and how many times
By
have you
your
used
condo, you mean you have?
No, the COVID at and then the building's name.com.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you the one that suggested it?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
No! You suggested it and they
Yeah, but I didn't think they would listen.
So have you used it yet?
My
What kind, honestly, what kind of things are you snitching on? What's the level of snitch-worthy infractions?
Okay,
you see somebody in a hallway without a mask, you're going to snitch on them?
More than 2 people in an elevator. People in the lobby with luggage. You're only allowed, if there's a real estate agent doing a showing, you're only allowed the real estate agent and 1 other person.
Not 2 other people?
Not 2 other people. So I was downstairs getting a package and I saw a real estate
How do you
agent
know somebody's a real estate agent?
Oh, because they're holding a
because
clipboard.
of their cologne
and
or
they
something?
No, they have. They have
CK1.
You know what I mean?
They have the clipboard in that lockbox.
Yeah, how do you know? How do you know somebody's a real estate agent?
Are you
they can walk
snooping around your building all the time?
Why are you in the
just looking
hallways
for
so
people?
often?
What's that?
Why are you in the hallways? Why are you so busy?
I have to walk the dog. I got packages to get.
Yeah, right. You're
It's
not that
Christmas
busy.
time.
So, but why are you so busy? Why do you care so much about what other people are doing? Like if 2 people show up and it's for
It's
viewing
for
a
my own
condo,
health.
but they're viewing a condo. Let's just say a real estate agent shows up, and you know they're a real estate agent because they smell like one. Let's say a real estate
CK1.
agent. Let's say a real estate agent shows up,
Obsession.
right? Yeah, Obsession.
Oh, I liked Obsession.
Let's say a real estate agent shows up, okay, and they have the clipboard and the lockbox and the perfume, and they have 2 and they have 2 people with them,
Yeah.
right? You're going to snitch on that?
There's rules.
No, honestly though, what does it matter with you? Where you're going to snitch? But why? Why?
Because it's just
Why?
Because for health reasons. I don't know.
Why?
No, but the problem is the people who are looking at the condo. I don't know where they've been. They're now touching buttons in the elevator. They're now in the elevator.
But they're allowed to be there.
No,
just
they're not.
You said that they're allowed to be there. Right? But what? So what is it a difference to you though? Whether it's 1 person
I don't
or 2
think there
people?
should be real estate showings at all.
That's a whole different story.
There
Though
should be
they've allowed
virtual.
real estate showings.
Well,
though.
the email said if you can do virtual,
No,
do
but
virtual.
that's not the thing, though. They're not outlawed. They're allowed. So you can only you can't snitch on something for something you wish was against the law.
No, but I'm snitching on the fact that there was 2, not 1 extra person.
You see, that to me is like.
Also, is there anything more awkward than when there's only 2 people in an elevator and you want to join and the elevator door stays open and you have to stare at those people for a while as it closes?
No, I'm perfectly fine with that. It's called being a human being in a time of a pandemic.
Yeah, also stop snitching. God.
Hey.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Matthew Morrison's version of The Grinch last night was absolutely destroyed on social media and in all reviews. It was horrendous. The suit was awful. The acting was terrible. And people really didn't. One thing that they found that was really off-putting was he sort of broke the fourth wall. So it was recorded on stage, but he would look at the camera and talk to you at home in his awful sort of Grinch costume. And so this is clip 1 here. This is him breaking that wall.
Despise Christmas Eve, and I loathe Christmas Day. I poo-poo them in every possible way. I abhor Christmas trees, and I scorn every wreath. And I hate all the Who's down in Whoville beneath. Especially you, at home.
He's looking at you right now.
Look at you. Stop grinning. We're not here to enjoy ourselves. I hate your couch.
Okay. And then the big problem that Entertainment Weekly had, they wrote this: there's nothing worse in a family entertainment than pandering fart or poop jokes. People seem to think will be a surefire laugh from the kiddos. And one of the problems that people had, a lot of people with this, is that we're all very familiar with the Grinch. And the Grinch doesn't really need anything else other than somebody to just nail the role.
Yeah.
And they don't have to add anything to the Grinch. So why, oh why, did the Grinch have to fart?
Milky cookies! I'm a rotter. I'm a Grinch. Ooh, issues? Well, I've got lots. Max, how dare you? You'll wake up the neighbors.
Right? So
I mean, whatever. The Grinch is supposed to be disgusting.
I know, but the Grinch doesn't need to fart, though. There's a lot of things that make the Grinch awesome and entertaining. And
maybe this was their way of putting their own mark on this particular version of the show.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
I've said for years now that one of I love where all the MCU went, and I love where, there's some DC properties that I'm pumped for. Love that new Joker movie they did. But the one thing that still hurts a little bit is that we never got the Ben Affleck directed Batman.
I know.
Because for me, that would have been, like, I just think of The Town and how great of a movie that was and how amazing that movie would have been had it just been a Batman movie, because The Town is incredible. It's such a good gangster film that he did.
Do you remember when it was announced that Affleck was going to be Bruce Wayne / Batman, and everybody freaked out because they were like, no, we can't see him in that role. He's not fit for that role. And then we saw him in that role and he just nailed it.
See, I hated those movies.
Any of the DC ones,
I Zack Snyder, I can't do. I have no time for Zack Snyder.
Yeah, trust me. I'm not like the biggest fan of the DC stuff because I'm like a Marvel guy all day, every day. But I thought Ben Affleck did a good job.
The only thing I wanted him to direct one.
Yeah.
That's the movie that I wanted. Whatever he does in the Zack Snyder movies, whatever. I can't
remember. Why did he back away again?
Because he went through some really bad times.
Oh, okay.
He was going through a divorce, and I think that he started drinking again, and then the world sort of changed around him, and he put the project on hold. But that movie would have been so good. So Joe Manganiello, who is reprising his role as Deathstroke in the Zack Snyder
Justice League. He did an interview because he was supposed to be the bad guy in Ben Affleck's directed Batman. Oh, okay.
And he says that Deathstroke would have become like a horror movie villain if the movie was allowed to be, if the movie ever was made. He said Deathstroke would have launched an all-out campaign to destroy Bruce Wayne's personal life and those close to him, saying, quote, it was a really dark story in which Deathstroke was like a shark or a horror movie villain that was dismantling Bruce Wayne's life from the inside out. It was this systemic thing. He killed everyone close to Bruce and destroyed his life to try and make him suffer because he felt that Bruce was responsible for something that happened to him. And then he goes on to say that the reference material, the sort of point where they were going to launch this Batman off of, was based off of, as far as the tone goes, was, did you ever see The Game? David Fincher directed it with Sean Penn and Michael Douglas.
Never.
You never saw The Game? Oh my God. It is a just work of maddening genius.
Really?
On how to, like, they just drive this guy nuts.
Yeah.
And that was their sort of source material for what this Batman was going to look like.
So he obviously, Joe Manganiello, obviously had a conversation.
Oh, many.
with
They had many conversations.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So Affleck's vision was there and he like shared it with people. As far as if he came up with a script or anything on paper for a description, who knows? Yeah. But there were multiple conversations.
But that's the movie that we'll never get. We'll never get the Ben Affleck directed Batman, which sucks. Which
I know.
hurts.
You know what? I don't want to know any of that information.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like I hate knowing all this information. Also knowing the fact that we'll never get that version of it. We'll never get that movie.
I know.
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Hanukkah today.
Yeah, Hanukkah starts tonight, right?
Yeah, which is the first time I'm not with family, but they set up a whole Zoom thing.
Yeah.
So
do you have to do Zoom every night? I mean, you get to do Zoom every night?
No, just the one. First of all, it was suggested to do it every night. I said, no, once is enough.
Yeah. So now I have a question for you when it comes to Hanukkah. If you are going to set up like a family thing for Hanukkah, is the sort of big night one or the final night?
Night one.
Night one.
You get the best gift on night one.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I think that usually things build, right?
Every family could be different. Night one traditionally is the first candle. It's the first one.
Yeah.
It's very special. It's when you would have the dinner.
Right.
So would everybody on your Zoom tonight, is everyone going to light a candle? Or is there like
we all have our own Hanukkah.
Mm-hmm.
I went down to
What
the
do you
base.
call it?
Hanukkah.
Oh, what do other people call it?
Menorah.
Menorah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's either way.
Why are we fancy?
No, I'm actually menorah's fancy.
Really?
Hanukkah is like saying, you know,
Hanukkah.
Something else.
Okay, cool. Yeah, go on.
So I got mine from the basement where I store it when it's not needed, and I brought it upstairs.
Wow.
Where all the important things are.
Like all your very respectful.
Okay, so it goes on one by, it's all your Hard Rock Cafe shot glasses, and then your worthless bobblehead collections, and the Hanukkah.
Yeah,
Okay,
and my
cool.
Hanukkah it's a fire truck because it was given to me as a wedding gift by my legal guardian, Susie, because when I was a really, really young child, I was obsessed with fire trucks.
That's one of those things, man, that like haunts you forever. When you show an interest in
But not
anything,
into adult life. Like it shouldn't into adult life.
It does, though.
Right?
It does, because people are like,
everything's
oh my
fire
God,
trucks.
you loved it when you were little.
Yeah.
Here's your fire truck.
You must love it now. So you're gonna light the candle tonight.
Yeah.
And then are you and Matthew making like any specific food? Like is everyone
You're supposed to make, latkes.
Yeah, like is everyone adding a dish to your Zoom dinner?
No, because latkes, when you cook latkes, it stinks up the entire place because you're frying potatoes, right?
What? How is that stinking up the entire place?
Well, it's a very smoky dish.
Right.
Potatoes?
Okay.
Well, when you're frying them
well, okay.
in oil,
Okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Go on.
like on the stove.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, we were gonna order like burgers and fries.
Oh, nice.
To me, that's like if you're not gonna have potato latkes, what's the next thing closest to that?
Do you still get a Hanukkah gift?
No.
Are you sad about that?
Very.
Yeah.
What'd you get last year?
Well, you get things like calendars and socks.
Calendars?
Yeah. I got 4 2020 calendars last year at the same table.
I cheered the last time I didn't get a calendar for Christmas from somebody. I cheered.
I used to get my sister's calendars all the time for Christmas.
Yeah, but what if you're at the dinner table and 4 people got you 2020 calendars?
Yeah, that is, God, calendars was such a big business. You don't even see calendars anymore. Calendars was such a big business around the holidays for people.
Oh, yeah.
There was a store in the mall.
Yeah, the mall.
That's right. There was a whole store
They would
for
set
calendars.
up a store, or they would set up like a booth in the middle of the mall.
You gotta be kidding kidding
I
me?
I used to buy everybody calendars. Are you
Did
kidding
you?
me? Yes.
I guess if you work at the
Of course,
calendar
man.
shop, you can
They're
never ever miss an appointment.
They're so ugly. I got that more.
What are
Don't
you
worry.
talking about?
They're so ugly. Calendars. Who wants to hang a calendar on the wall?
We still buy them every year. We have a family calendar on the table.
Like I bought my sister's, I would buy them like Star Wars calendars, or I bought.
You're a terrible gift giver.
I would buy not as like the only gift.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't the only gift.
Okay, I don't know.
Like my sister
I don't
Laura
know.
back in the day was like a huge fan of Smallville, so I'd buy a
Fire trucks?
Smallville calendar.
Yeah.
She hated Napoleon Dynamite, so one year I bought her Napoleon Dynamite calendar.
You see, it's a troll gift. It really is. There's many trolls. I cheered the year that I stopped getting calendars, and then 3 years later, I wish that I started getting calendars again, because the year that I stopped getting calendars from my mom is the year where every year she would buy me nose hair trimmers.
Merry Christmas, son. I love you.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me read you this that I saw on Reddit.
Please.
It's from Ottawa. To the
What's going
person
on in
who
Ottawa?
to the person who broke into my car on Friday night.
Oh no.
Reads the post. And this person is very heated. Because I don't know if you've only been driving for a few years, so you haven't experienced, and I hope you never have to experience having your truck getting broken into.
No.
I've had my car broken into a couple times, and it's just it's violating.
Yeah, absolutely.
So here's what went down in Ottawa, what this person wrote. To the a-hole who broke into my car Friday night, I wasn't going to file a report. I wasn't going to file a report when I realized you took my brand new Christmas tree stand.
Oh, come on.
I wasn't going to file a report when I noticed you stole my car Bluetooth connector. I wasn't going to file a report because you stole all of my loose change.
Oh, God.
I wasn't going to file a report because you tossed everything. But today, when I realized that you stole my plastic One Ring to Rule Them All and Harry Potter Golden Snitch that were hanging from my rear view mirror, that's when I decided to file a report. F you, you worthless piece of S.
Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, man, you can't take a man's snitch.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we go.
I love this part of the podcast.
Yes.
Get to catch up on all the big breaking stories from the week.
You sound very excited.
I'm very excited. Hey, Mocha.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Former Israeli space security chief says this.
Oh, gosh. What? We have aliens?
Aliens exist, but humanity is not ready. This galactic federation has supposedly been in contact with Israel and the U.S. for years, but are keeping themselves a secret to prevent hysteria until humanity is ready. According to retired Israeli general and current professor Haim Ashad, the answer is absolutely yes, but this has been kept a secret. Ashad, who served as the head of Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years and is a 3-time recipient of the Israeli Security Award, explained that Israel and the U.S. have both been dealing with aliens. The 87-year-old former space security chief gave further descriptions about exactly what sort of agreements have been made between the aliens and the U.S., which have... Yes. Okay, so they says, quote, the fabric of the universe, the corporation includes a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
Hold on. There are people on Mars, human beings on Mars right now.
Yes.
How'd they get up there? Nobody noticed.
Well, what? How would you notice?
Guess.
Like,
it happened when I was sleeping.
Right? I've never been to Australia, but I hear there's people there. You know, like I don't know.
Okay, so there's people and aliens.
So this would explain
Mars.
Donald Trump's Space Force, if you remember that, when he developed the 5th branch of the United States Armed Forces. Now, Ashad insists that Donald Trump is aware of the aliens and that he was quote, on the verge of disclosing their existence. However, the Galactic Federation reportedly stopped him from doing so, saying they wish to prevent mass hysteria since they felt felt humanity needed to, quote, evolve and reach a stage where we will ... understand what space and spaceships are. So this is according to a guy who worked 30 years for the Israeli security.
So he knows.
Yeah. Right.
Did anywhere in there does it say give a description of what the aliens look like?
Nothing.
Like how tall they are?
Nothing. I'm so sorry about that. Former Israeli space security chief says this.
Oh gosh, what? We have aliens?
Aliens exist, but humanity is not ready. This galactic federation has supposedly been in contact with Israel and the U.S. for years, but are keeping themselves a secret to prevent hysteria until humanity is ready. According to retired Israeli general and current professor Haim Ashad, the answer is absolutely yes, but this has been kept a secret. Ashad, who served as the head of Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years and is a 3-time recipient of the Israeli Security Award, explained that Israel and the U.S. have both been dealing with aliens. The 87-year-old former space security chief gave further descriptions about exactly what sort of agreements have been made between the aliens and the U.S., which have... Yes. Okay, so they says, quote, the fabric of the universe, the corporation includes a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
Hold on. There are people on Mars, human beings on Mars right now.
Yes.
How'd they get up there? Nobody noticed.
Well, what? How would you notice?
Guess. Happened when I was sleeping.
Right? I've never been to Australia, but I hear there's people there. You know, I don't know.
Okay, so there's people and aliens.
So this would explain Donald Trump's Space Force, if you remember that, when he developed the 5th branch of the United States Armed Forces. Now, Ashad insists that Donald Trump is aware of the aliens and that he was quote, on the verge of disclosing their existence. However, the Galactic Federation reportedly stopped him from doing so, saying they wish to prevent mass hysteria since they felt humanity needed to, quote, evolve and reach a stage where we will ... understand what space and spaceships are. So this is according to a guy who worked 30 years for the Israeli security.
So he knows.
Yeah. Right.
Did anywhere in there does it say give a description of what the aliens look like?
Nothing.
Like how tall they are?
Nothing. I'm so sorry about that. Joe Exotic wrote Kim Kardashian a letter, handwritten letter, to ask for her help.
Note?
Yes, to ask for her help to get his pardon from Donald Trump moving. He's currently serving, as we know, 22 years in prison after being convicted for plotting a murder for hire. I don't even know, plan against Carol Baskin. He wrote this: I know you have never met me. This is Joe Exotic to Kim K. I know you've never met me, and you may never want to. However, I do believe that you hold the values of our justice system dear to your heart. He goes on to say, I'm writing you this letter not as Joe Exotic, but as the person, Joseph Maldonado Passage, asking you to please help me by taking just 10 minutes out of your life and placing a call to President Trump to look at my 257-page pardon. It's all new evidence. I'm innocent, and ask him to sign my pardon so I can return home to my husband, Dylan Passage, and my father. He goes on to say, I have lost 57 years of my work, my zoo, my animals. My mother has died. My dad is dying, and I've been taken away from my husband, who I love dearly. Everyone is so busy making movies, getting interviews, selling stuff, and dressing up like me that everyone forgot I'm a real live person in prison and kept even telling me my own story for something I didn't do. And then he goes on to say, no one even has to know you did it if you call the president. You just do this in super secret. But then there was a picture with the article of course, Kim Kardashian and her whole family dressing up like Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. So he does have a point.
All right.
Tell all the hunters.
Also, I wrote this
down their guns. Tell them that the tigers needs a little bit of love.
Hey, was Tiger King this year? It was, right?
Yeah, it was.
It seems like forever ago.
That's how we all started COVID.
Yeah, right.
We all watched Tiger King.
Their land, then stand back and marvel. What a beautiful man. 'Cause I saw Tiger.
See, how could Kim K not want to help this man?
I know. Well, because he's doing 22 years for murder for hire.
Oh, right.
I mean,
right. There's that. There is that. You're right.
So December 21st is the day you get Excuse Me, I Love You from Ariana Grande. This was the Netflix special that she was teasing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from her Sweetener tour. December 21st is when
Just
it
in time
will
for the holidays.
exclusively debut. Yeah. On,
So is it going to be pretty much like all the other kind of concert movies where they have some interview stuff, maybe some behind the scenes planning of the concert, something like that?
What she said is
I hope,
she's,
at least.
yeah, they say releasing this is a love letter to all of you in celebration of all that we've shared over the past few years. I know this project only captures some of one tour, she wrote on Instagram. I just want to thank you all for showing me more in this lifetime already than I ever dreamed of. So this is from the Sweetener tour, which I believe the 21st is the 1 year anniversary of when it wrapped.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Nice.
So that's the sort of significance behind that. But I don't know what they had planned because at this point last year, nobody knew COVID was going to happen.
Right.
And so it's not like, I don't know what they could have just been filming for a video. Like, I don't know whether this was a Netflix designed project where they were on board at the very beginning, or if this is something that her people filmed or somebody else filmed and then sold to Netflix because there's no touring and everybody's doing these sort of virtual concerts kind of thing.
I just
I think that I think that it just so happens that this is going down.
I just assume artists now, with the way things are, just in general, not forget about COVID, they just film everything anyway when it comes to concert, putting it together, the actual show, all the behind the backstage stuff. I assume that they film everything anyway, just so that they have the footage, just in case a Netflix or Amazon or HBO deal
you
ever
hire
comes.
a crew and you just document it, right?
And just piece it all together.
I'm told there'll be a trailer today.
Yeah,
for that.
Nice. Yeah, but no, that's what you want with this stuff. I mean, you want the stage stuff. The stage stuff is always great, but you want that behind the scenes stuff. You want the candid moments. You want the
Beyonce
sort of,
one that they did like last year, whatever.
Yeah.
I love that one.
My
I thought that one was really
favorite
good.
moment in all of these concert things, whether it is, God, I don't even know, like, Taylor Swift or, Madonna or whatever, anybody who's ever done any sort of like concert film, my favorite moment in all of them is when they shoot the artist the moment they walk off the stage.
Oh, right.
That's always my favorite moment, right? When they've just, kicked the snot out of, 25,000 people and they're sweaty and they're hurt and all of that stuff. Like that's always my favorite
I like
moment.
the group huddle with all the dancers just before.
See, that bothers me.
They put the hand in. They're
it bothers
3, 2,
me.
1, showtime.
Yeah, nobody does that. You know what I mean?
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Tasha Adams, Bachelorette, on Ellen today. If you remember, she was making iced coffee, her signature iced coffee, as they called it.
Which nobody ever heard of until she started mentioning it.
Listen, man. And she posted a photo of herself, and on her hand, on her ring finger, she had what looked like to be a giant diamond. And now that giant diamond in pictures is sort of nowhere to be seen. So this was a conversation that happened when they taped this for Ellen, which you can see today.
So next week is the hometown dates, but obviously you can't go because of COVID. So what's going to happen? They're going to come to you?
Yeah, surprise, surprise. The families will be coming to me.
Also, just real quick, you're not going to say it, but you posted a picture and there's a ring on your finger. It looks like an engagement ring. Do you want to address that?
All I have to say is I'm just a girl. Yeah, I see you pointing at what you're looking at. But, well, if I want to drink my coffee with some diamonds on my finger, I'm going to do that. Okay?
That's not a good answer. It's a horrible...
I promise. I like to wear diamonds all the time.
Yeah, right. On that finger.
It's true.
So you're happy with the way it ended, right?
Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm a happy girl and I'm really blessed. So.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's see what happens.
Yo, these talk shows, even like the late night stuff.
Yeah.
It's so weird, like with no audience and when the hosts are trying to make jokes and stuff.
Oh my God, but did you see Mariah the other night on, who was she talking to, Kimmel or Fallon? Fallon? So normally with these Zoom interviews, everybody's just like sitting in their living rooms and they look like hell and the audio's bad. Oh my God.
Everything's so glitchy.
When Mariah showed up, it was like Mariah had the best lighting.
Of course
and the
she
best
did.
cameras. And
Yes.
the best ever. Like it's like she
was probably broadcasting in 8K.
It was a bigger production than what the late night show had. It was so because there's no way Mariah's going to be sitting there doing a Zoom interview.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
there's no
She had a full
chance.
production setup. Are you kidding me?
She has, it's known she has like a full setup.
I
and Christopher
know.
Buckle, her makeup guy, goes to her house.
I know. Don't you remember that time when I had to go and interview Mariah and I had to stand there in the same spot for an hour with my legs spread while they lit?
Your
Your legs lit?
No. So what happened was she was wearing a dress, and so she was not sitting for interviews because it was going to wrinkle the dress.
Okay.
So you had to stand for interviews, and so they bring you in the room and they tell you where to stand.
Yeah.
And so her main key light is right behind me. Okay, behind me, and because I'm so tall, that they didn't want to move the lights because it would have screwed up all the other shots that they were going to have to do. So they said to me, they go, can you just like bend over a little bit? And I'm like, bend over? Like, what's that going to look like? And they go, well, maybe just spread your legs a little bit. And I
Like,
go,
to do your
to the
stance so
sides.
that-
Yeah.
so that you appear shorter?
Yeah. And then I go, okay, how's this? And they go, a little bit wider. And I go, how's this? And they go, a little bit wider. And I go, how's this? And my legs at this point, I'm doing the splits. Like my legs are as far as
Like
I
Van
can
Damme on the chairs.
as I can possibly spread my legs, right?
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, good. Now don't move. And then I stand like that for 20 minutes.
Oh my God.
At that point, why didn't you just sit in front of her?
There's because everything's set up.
Was Mariah
I
in the
can't
room?
sit.
At that point?
Mariah would come
No,
with
she wasn't going to
her.
stand in there.
No,
So
no,
why
no,
didn't they
no.
just put markers, like put pieces of tape, 2 pieces of tape where your feet are, right? So then you can relax your legs, go
Yes.
walk out, go grab a water, coffee, whatever,
Yeah.
and then come back, spread your legs again.
No, because this is what happens when you're going to interview Mariah is you're standing there and they go, okay, she's going to be right in.
Oh.
And then I go, and they go, no, she's going to be right in. She's going to be right in. And then 25, 35, 45, an hour and a half later, Mariah walks in and she's like, who are you calling a diva? And then you stand there like a fool doing the splits.
And then
Mariah Carey.
how many minutes did you have to talk to her?
Like 20?
So you're standing there for 2+ hours.
Yeah.
With your legs spread like that.
This is after she was 24 hours late.
Oh my God. Mariah. But it's Mariah. What are you going to say?
I stood there with the Don't complain. You got 20 minutes for free. I had to pay $4,000 for 30 seconds.
That's true. That's true. Quentin Tarantino's co-screenwriter, Mark L. Smith. Remember that there was a story a while ago that Tarantino wanted to write an R-rated Star Trek?
Yes, I do remember that.
Thank you. So do I. So as far as we knew, the last anybody had talked about it was Mark Smith. This time last year, last December. And he said that he was thinking of walking away from it at that time, saying, I might be steering away from it, but we'll see. I haven't completely decided or talked to anyone involved. Nothing is official. Then he just does an interview with SFX magazine where he says this, I wrote a Star Trek with Tarantino.
Oh, wow.
And that was sci-fi script of which I could really have fun with and lean into some bigger, broader things.
Wow.
He goes on to say, Kirk is always just so fun. Tarantino and I had so much fun with him because Kirk is William Shatner, you know, because you watch Chris Pine and yes, he's playing Kirk, but he's also playing William Shatner.
Yeah.
So they wrote a Star Trek movie.
Huh. Also, that name, Mark Smith,
Yeah.
like sounds like a generic
Mark
made-up
L.
name.
Smith. Mark
Okay.
L. You have to do that in Hollywood, otherwise you can't get into the
that just
guild.
sounds too basic.
Yeah, I know.
Fake.
I know.
What's your name? It's Mark Smith.
I don't even think you can get a passport with that name.
Without them doing a background check.
Yeah.
And looking into you.
Mike, the situation is apparently lagging way behind on his community service requirements after being released from jail after his...
Big Daddy Sitch got himself into a situation.
Okay, so here's the thing. According to documents obtained by TMZ, Mike, the situation has only completed 18 of the 500 hours of community service that he was ordered to complete as part of his tax evasion sentence. In the documents, his probation officer says she's continually talking to Mike about where to volunteer in his community, like at Toys for Tots or at his church or at several food banks. But so far, he's only done 18 hours.
Oh, no.
So
and I saw on Twitter yesterday, he announced that he
he's
and
having
his
a kid, yeah.
wife Lauren are expecting a boy.
It's going to be very busy. Very busy. But she told the judge, and the judge issued a warning.
Oh, no.
So if the sitch doesn't start doing his community service, that's bad. It's not looking good for him.
Oh, no.
Maybe he wants to go back to the joint. You watch that show. I don't watch that show. Is there a chance he wants to go back to the joint?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not.
I don't know. Some people do. Some people do everything they can. They say that people with significant allergic reactions are urged not to take the COVID vaccine. Listen to this story.
Oh, wow.
People with a history of, and they stress, significant allergic reactions have been warned not to currently receive the Pfizer COVID vaccine after 2 people who had the vaccine yesterday had allergic reactions. The 2 health staff members who received the vaccine on the first day suffered an allergic reaction. Now, it's understood that both of the staff members had, again, significant history of allergic reactions to the extent where they always need to carry an adrenaline auto injector with them.
Oh,
so
wow.
They said that
so on that level.
Yeah, they said that they developed symptoms of anaphylactoid reaction shortly after receiving the vaccine, and both have recovered and are getting the appropriate treatment. So you're going to see a lot of stories about allergic reactions to the vaccine. The wording matters. Words matter.
Yeah.
And these are people who are prone to having significant allergic reactions. Hey, 21 Pilots just released a Christmas song. It's called Christmas Saves the Year.
'Cause everybody wants to make it home this year, even if the world is crumbling down.
Yo, man, I dig this.
'Cause everybody's got somebody who's got their name on a shelf with cheap decor and flavored cheer. You rest assured that Christmas saves the year.
It's pretty,
What does
right?
it sound like? It sounds like something.
Yeah, what does it sound like? What? It's so good. Yeah, it's great.
Sounds like something else I know.
Dropping in the new year on January 5th on Netflix is a show hosted by Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Featuring, it's going to be produced by Will Ferrell's Funny or Die.
Okay.
Featuring a lot of sort of comics and culture experts and historians. And the Nicolas Cage show is the history of swear words.
Ooh, I'm into it.
Okay. It's a 6-part series, and each episode is dedicated to one of the big bads.
Yeah.
And they talk about the sort of origins behind it, the cultural impact behind it, all the different versions of it. There's 6. It's a 6-part series.
Okay, hold on.
So just say the letters.
So F.
Yeah, of course.
S.
Sure.
I can't even say the letter because it's just so.
Okay.
But
okay. Mouth it to me. Yeah, that's one of them. I'm sure. I'm sure it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Play this clip. Play this. I'm not going to say which letter it is, but you play this clip and then you try and figure out which one they're going to go deep diving into.
It is a thing of great wonder and mystery, quivering with complexity, strength, and resilience. However, also buried within a delicate femininity, and dare I even say, naughtiness. Look one way and you see a gentle feline innocence. Look another way and, oh my. Yes, it has the power to stir our souls and intoxicate our minds. Men have died for it. Women have moved in with each other way too soon for it. And to fully capture its essence, we must plunge, unafraid, deep within its enchanted garden.
Wow.
Oh, my friends, we are so close now. Feast your eyes upon the very house of life and death, the temple of sensuality. And a term for that kid too afraid to play dodgeball in gym class.
No!
Behold! It also could be a cat.
Yeah, like halfway through I knew. I
Nicolas
knew.
Cage is perfect.
So is he hosting all the
hosting,
episodes?
Yeah. It's his. He's hosting all episodes.
Amazing.
So 6 episodes drop January 5th. Tiffany Haddish apparently turned down an offer to host the Grammys pre-telecast ceremony, because they wanted her to do it for free and pay her own expenses.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So in a recent interview with Variety, she said that she got the offer to host the 2021 Grammys premiere ceremony, but turned it down on a matter of principle. According to Tiffany Haddish, not only was she expected to work without compensation, she was also expected to cover her own hair, makeup, and wardrobe. She says this. All of that would have come out of my pocket. I don't know if this might mean that I don't get nominated ever again, but I think it's disrespectful. I was like, the exposure is amazing, but I think I have enough. I appreciate you guys asking, because she was nominated in 2019 for Best Spoken Word for her book, The Last Black Unicorn, and then nominated again this year in 2021 for her comedy album, Black Mitzvah. She goes on to say, as much as I appreciate the honor of being nominated, that is not okay. But according to her also, this is something that needs to be addressed. She says, how many other people have they done that to? It's like a guy asking you on a date, but telling you that you got to pay for it. Now, a rep for the Academy told Variety that the premiere ceremony is not part of the official telecast ceremony and is hosted by the Academy. The Academy, they say, is a not-for-profit organization, and as a result, they say, hosts, performers, and presenters at the event are traditionally unpaid. In addition, they went on to say that Tiffany turning this down will have no future bearing on future award nominations for her.
Not paid for that particular part of Academy weekend, or like, are they talking in general for everything?
For this particular...
do any of the other hosts or acts I don't
think perform. I don't think people who are nominated or perform do.
But
I think if you host the Grammys,
if you host, you get paid.
Yeah. Or you at least get your expenses paid.
Right.
Because, like with the Super Bowl, right? Like the performers don't get paid to do the Super Bowl. Like Beyonce wasn't saying, if you want me to show up at the Super Bowl, it's going to be $2 million, right? Yeah. But they don't have to pay for their own crew.
Right.
That's all budgeted from the Super Bowl.
Can't the same thing happen in like a case like this?
No, because they say it's that's the whole thing with the Grammys, is that the Academy is that it's a not-for-profit organization, quote unquote, right?
So they're asking you to do all this work for free.
Yes, so they want you to do the pre-telecast for free. Anyway, good on Tiffany Haddish. I respect that. The 100 most powerful women in the world, this is according to Forbes. So Forbes, of course, they have a different metric for what they consider to be powerful, right? Who do you think tops the list?
Powerful?
Powerful.
Is it a politician, maybe? Because
yes. Number one is a politician. Number one is Angela Merkel from...
I was just going to say her name.
Yes.
Because she tops that list, or a lot of those lists.
Yes.
Almost every single year.
Yes. So Kamala Harris is number 3. Mm-hmm. Nancy Pelosi is number 7. Oprah Winfrey, number 20.
Wow.
Queen Elizabeth is at number 46.
All the way down there, huh?
Yeah. So 4 stars that you will definitely know. Taylor Swift, Rihanna, Beyonce, and Reese Witherspoon. Rank them. Where do they fall on the Forbes list of the most powerful women?
Taylor Swift,
Beyonce, Reese Witherspoon, Rihanna, and Beyonce.
So it'll go Beyonce, Taylor, Beyonce, Taylor, Rihanna, Reese.
So Beyonce at the top?
Yes.
And then, so you have Beyonce at the top.
Then Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Then Rihanna. Then Reese Witherspoon.
Incorrect. Rihanna is above Beyonce. Beyonce is above Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift is just above Reese Witherspoon.
Rihanna's above Beyonce?
Yeah, she got an empire, man.
I guess
it's Forbes, right? It's
She's
Forbes.
making all that money off the beauty products.
They like the empire. They like the I do 9 different things and have revenue coming in from all over the place. Yeah. I mean, I know Beyonce does too. She's got the clothing line, everything else. But I think that they're really blown away with what Rihanna has done, and I think that they're blown away by her commitment to it.
Yeah,
because that is huge.
That's all she does now.
That's all she does now.
Wow, damn.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right, Chris in BC is going to kick things off for us on Ask Roz and Mocha. How are you, Chris?
I'm not bad. How about you guys?
Good, buddy. What is your question?
Okay. Forgive me if this has been already asked before, but what do you guys do during the music and commercial breaks? Because in my head, Maury is creeping hot guys on Instagram or adding boogers to his collection under his desk.
Correct, yeah.
Roz is either checking himself out in a mirror or the picture on his desk.
Yeah, correct, yeah.
And Mocha is watching wrestling videos on YouTube and calling people jabroni.
Yeah, well, correct.
Bang on.
Thanks, man. Pretty much a combination of all that stuff.
Yeah, no, I'll say this. We used to have a whole lot more time to do sort of stuff like that during the show when the music is on. But lately, and especially over the last year, the sort of bigger this show gets, and the more we put into the podcast, and the more we put into all the other cities across the country that this show is on, there's literally no time to do anything. It is like we're working just as hard when the music is off that we are when we're on the radio, and it's incredible. It's we are maxed out with time. We were talking about this the other day, how we have no minutes left. There's not 1 minute between 6 a.m. or I guess whatever time Mocha gets in. You don't even know what time you get in the morning.
Between 4 and 4:30.
Between 4 and 4:30. There's no minutes between 4 a.m. and 10 a.m. There's no minutes left.
Yeah. There's always something going on. So when we're on the radio and you hear music or commercials, just know that behind the scenes, all four of us that are in this room are like hard at work doing stuff.
But Maury is still, adding to his booger collection and creeping hot guys on Instagram.
I oddly still find time to, make sure I'm up to date.
You do. Of course, up to date.
Who are you creeping like right before we started talking to Chris?
Shout out to Hot George. He went for a run this morning.
Who's Hot George again?
Oh, from the gym.
Oh, right.
Does he know that you still like creep him?
Well, I click like, so he knows. Yeah,
obviously.
But you check like all the time, every day, multiple times a day.
No, I don't. It's not like I go to his thing. Like if I'm scrolling, like he'll post on his story, like
Like if you forget, like here's my question: if you forget a couple of days to look and see what Hot George is up to, and when you first click on his page and you realize, oh my God, he's got like 4 updates and like 6 stories. Do you like make time for it? Like do you like I don't have enough time to sort of sit and consume this now? I'm gonna just wait a couple of minutes when I got a little bit of a breather. I'm just gonna sit and really take my time
it's
for
not
this.
Just looking at the pictures, you need to sort of zoom in.
Zoom in?
What? Well, if he's far away, you got to zoom in to the ab.
Jeez. You know what I have done? I will admit this on Instagram, but I didn't do it because for any sort of perverted reasons.
Neither have I.
Okay.
No, because I got a weird message from somebody, and I couldn't tell. You know when they're little, like your little icon picture on Instagram is very difficult to sometimes tell what that is. I'm like, is that somebody's ass? And then you become friends with them and you're like, oh my God, it's a van, right? You know what I mean? Like it's very difficult to tell. So my trick on Instagram is this, is that if somebody has a private account, because this person wrote me something and they had a private account, so I couldn't see their pictures, but I could see their tiny little picture in the corner of the screen.
Okay.
And so what I do and what you can do is because you can't click on that and make it bigger if you're not friends. So the trick is take a screenshot of your phone.
Oh, and then zoom in on the photo.
And then zoom in on the photo because you can really zoom in on the photo after you take a screenshot.
So you're putting forth more effort than I do.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing it because I thought they were hot. I was doing it because I was concerned.
Oh, you were hoping it was an ass, not a van.
No, I was doing it because I gave ass and van as an example of other times I've done this. but this one particular time was because I was concerned. But there's that trick you can do. But other than that, I don't really creep a lot of people. I don't look at people's stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't look at stories when I'm on social media. I never do. I never click on somebody's story. Accidentally,
You're missing
I do.
out on a lot.
Am I? I hear that. I hear stories are really great.
How do you know? Like, it's not just people. Like, it's not just influencer. Like if they're cooking something or they happen to, it's cool stuff that they post on.
They post pictures of their abs.
Yeah. No. See, to me,
that's where you put the ab pictures.
Is it? Is that where all the abs went? Is they all went to
in
stories?
24 hours, you don't have to worry about it.
Really? Huh? Jeez. See, I don't like that.
Does that answer your question, Chris?
It doesn't. When Maury says it's not for perverted reasons, you got to hit him with the no cat.
Much love to you, Chris. Thanks so much.
All right, take care, guys.
All right,
dude. Chrissy wants to know if Catherine, your girlfriend, Roz, and Jenna, my wife, if they drink.
Oh,
the answer is yes.
Very rarely.
I've never seen Catherine drink.
Very, very, very rarely.
Yeah, right.
I'll say over the course of like the summer, Catherine will make a couple margaritas. She's really good at making margaritas. And during the year, like every now and then, she'll go into the fridge and grab a can of cider and pour herself a tiny little glass and then just leave the rest of the can in front of me.
Is she worried about the calories, or
no, it's just not for her. It's just not, and it never has been for her. Like I've never known Catherine to be a drinker. She used to drink sake all the time.
Oh yeah,
when I first met her, she really enjoyed sake. But yeah, no, she likes a margarita. We went to Mexico. Don't get me wrong. Like we were both getting lit at lunch, and Roxy was just unbelievably entertained by when her mom gets drunk. Like she'd just never seen it before, right? Because Catherine just gets red in the face and hysterical.
Yeah.
Like she just can't stop laughing, and she's walking around with like a tiny little sombrero on her head that she found in a store, like that. But no, she doesn't. I would say if somebody asked me, does Catherine drink? I would say no.
Oh, Jenna drinks. Not like crazy, but a glass of wine every now and then.
Yeah.
I will say, for the two of us, since the pandemic started, we both started drinking a lot more, like in the evening, right? After Cruz goes to sleep and we're watching TV or whatever, pour a glass of wine, 2 glasses of wine, but it was becoming like an every night thing. And a few months in, I noticed like the amount of bottles we were putting into the recycling bin.
My man.
So then we scaled back because we were like, it's getting a little too much. So we both scaled back. Like I don't drink now during the week. I don't have a drop of alcohol.
Really?
I only drink on Fridays and Saturdays.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, not at all. And Jenna, even still now, like she does not have anything during the week.
Yeah.
And sometimes she won't even drink on the weekends. Like if I make myself like a vodka soda or whatever and I ask her if she wants a glass of wine, she'll be like, no, I'm good.
Wow, that's incredible to me. Yeah, no. And Matthew's rules on drinking are
You're not allowed at all.
During the pandemic, every other Friday we split a can of cider together.
every other Friday they split a can of cider
I bought
together.
4 cans of his favorite cider, and there's still 2 cans left, and I bought it 2 months ago.
Wow.
Oh my
God. Catherine tried a new cider. She was, I don't even know where she was or what she was doing, but she had I think it's a blood orange cider, maybe. Does that sound right to you?
That's a new one that's out by...
Is it Thornbury? Something like that?
Okay, I haven't had that one.
She tried that and said
likes it?
Yeah, she said it was really great.
Wow.
I haven't had it because I'm just like a purist, but she tried it and said it was really great.
Jennifer asks, if you could only choose between having coffee or alcohol for the rest of your life, what would you choose?
Alcohol.
Coffee.
Alcohol.
Coffee.
No, 100% no.
Oh.
Jamie says here, what's one thing you waited and wanted for a really long time, but once you had it, realized it wasn't worth the wait?
Okay, Maury's going to say husband, so we can move on from there.
Okay, Roz?
Oh, God. What was the question again? I was too busy coming up with a joke.
What's the one thing you waited and wanted a really long time, or you wanted a long time to buy, but once you had it, realized it wasn't worth the wait?
Interesting question.
Oh, it was an herb thing that I bought where you plant these little pods, and the light over top of it, you grow like basil and stuff like that.
Like a hydroponic light?
Thank you.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law has one of those.
Oh, my
loves
God.
it. Uses it all the time.
I did it one summer. It was cool, but it's just a lot of work for very little basil.
So are you talking, so the light or the
whole
growing?
setup, the whole thing.
Oh, you bought like a whole hydroponic
The whole
kit.
hydroponic thing.
Did you not do it right? Because
gotcha.
the one that my sister-in-law has, everything she grows, it's in
Huge.
like crazy abundance, and she uses it for all her cooking.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
For once, it was great. It was just, there was a lot, like there was just a ton of basil everywhere, but it's just, we didn't use a lot of the basil, so half of it just was thrown out.
Oh, see, that's unfortunate. You can freeze, though.
It's too late. I threw out the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
The entire thing? How much did you pay?
It was like $200.
Jeez. I'm trying to think if that, because I know I have a lot of stuff like that in my, I just don't, I don't piss my money away like Maury does, right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't buy things that I have not researched perfectly. And so I'm trying to think of what there could be.
Recently.
I mean, my God, with me in clothes, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people, I can't order clothes on the internet. And Catherine always gets mad at me because if I find a shirt or like a jean jacket or whatever it is online, instead of ordering one in a size that I think I might fit and then trying it on, and if it doesn't fit, then sending it back and ordering another one, what I will do is I will just order 3 in different sizes.
And then what happens to the ones that
And that's not pissing your money away?
don't fit? You just send them back.
They don't get worn. And
Wait, what?
I tell her I'm going to send it back, but I never do, to be honest with you.
So in your closet right now, at home,
Yeah.
you have certain articles of clothing where there are 3.
Yes.
One out of the 3 fit. The other 2 are just there.
Correct. I've donated clothes before where I've donated 2 different versions of like one of my favorite T-shirts just in 2 sizes that don't fit me.
And I would assume that those shirts, because you don't buy cheap things, are probably awfully expensive.
No. I don't. No. It's actually the exact opposite. If I shop online, I buy like cheap.
So it's not like a Jay Lindbergh T-shirt.
No. If I go to a place, like I have like this T-shirt that I'm wearing right now, and I don't mean to flex at all, right? But it's a very regular looking T-shirt, right? This T-shirt is probably about $250.
I have the same one from American Eagle.
No, this isn't American Eagle.
No, I have one that looks like that from American Eagle, $20.
Yeah, but so if I really want stuff that fit, I have to go to a store to do it.
Yeah.
And there's only certain brands that will fit. But if I'm ordering online, I am ordering I order T-shirts on Amazon. Catherine's like, nobody buys clothes on Amazon. I'm like, I buy clothes on Amazon.
What's the quality like?
Terrible.
Oh,
Terrible.
okay.
But sometimes I will take fit over quality because it's very difficult for me to find a T-shirt that's long enough. So anytime I find like a T-shirt that's sort of long where it looks the proportions on me like it's supposed to on somebody who's regular size, I just buy them all up. I load up on them and then I wear them until they're destroyed. And then I go to the pack in the closet and I just open up more.
Really?
Yeah.
I recently bought on Amazon because into photography, videography, and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I was researching lighting setups, and on Amazon I found a brand name Neewer. You probably heard of it. They make like a ton of stuff, and they had this lighting set, and it was like 3 lights. And it came with like stands and everything, right? It was like $100 and something bucks.
That's an incredible deal.
And the reviews for it were amazing.
That's an incredible deal.
And I was like, oh my God, I could totally use this. So I bought it. And I set up literally 1 light, and it was huge. And now I have these other 2. I'm like, I have no space.
Oh,
I have no room for any of this stuff.
But don't you just keep them in their cases until you need them?
I can, but it's too much light for what I would need it for
Gotcha.
right now. Like I would never need the amount.
What is it,
for
like
the
big soft boxes on them and stuff like that?
Huge, like umbrellas.
Oh, wow.
Massive.
Yeah.
I don't have the room.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a problem.
So that was...
So now what do you do with them?
He sets it up and takes pictures of you in your 5 different shirts.
You should give one of those lights to Maury because Maury's light in his apartment is terrible.
Oh,
every picture he takes, you guys look like you look like you have jaundice.
I don't understand that.
Like every single picture, man. You guys look so
I'm in
yellow.
The room and it looks fine. Why does it come out wrong?
Both of you, your pictures are so yellow. Okay, you and Matthew, every single picture you take in that condo looks like you're both on your way to dialysis. And you're possibly taking what could be the last couple's picture of the 2 of you in the condo.
Well, whose phone are you using? You're using your phone, right?
No, it doesn't matter whose phone you use. There's just something.
Can I
with the
tell you what
place.
it is? I know exactly what it is. Because in your house, right? What do you have? Pot lights in your place? What do you have?
No.
What's the light in your? What's the light in your apartment?
Depends on the room. They're all different.
No, but like, is it ceiling lights? Is it pot lights? What is
Ceiling
it?
lights.
Ceiling lights, like just like light
and in
fixtures.
the kitchen, they're like those LED Edison bulbs.
Right. Okay. So those are probably what they call sort of warmer bulbs, right?
Yes.
So it kind of like makes all of our bulbs in my house, because Catherine's a photographer, every bulb we have is cold. Right? It's outdoor light. It's the same sort of light that you would shoot with outside. So all our whites in my house are very white when you look at them. Where if you go downstairs into the hallway, we still have old halogen bulbs in there and they're warm and the walls look yellow and you really, really notice it. When all the bulbs are the same, everything sort of looks white. But when you have daylight sort of cool bulbs in one part of your house and then warm bulbs in the other, when I walk into the place with warm bulbs, I'm like, ugh, everything is yellow. Like it looks like everything is just stained. And then I feel refreshed when I walk into the other part. I would change all your bulbs.
Those were expensive.
Yeah, well, there you go. You should see my brother has one of those light bulbs. That that's like a $400 light bulb that he controls on his phone and it lasts forever.
The Philips one?
Yeah. He has one of those things.
Yeah.
But the problem is that you walk into his place and I go to turn the light on and he
you mess up my settings.
You mess up his settings because everything's on the phone.
DJ Climax is the same. He has like hundreds of these hue bulbs and you can't touch any of them.
No, you can't do anything, right?
Yeah.
Does he control them all on his phone?
Yeah, he's like, oh, look, I can do purple. I can do
it's
pink.
crazy. It's crazy.
I could do yellow like your place.
Yeah.
Okay, Alan has a teeth brushing question for us.
Okay.
Asking about routine for brushing teeth.
Once a day.
Do you? No, I know, and I know we've answered like a part of this multiple times, but I'll just read the whole thing.
Okay.
Do you wet your brush first? How much toothpaste do you use? Do you brush your molars first or the front teeth, aka showing the teeth? Do you floss before or after? And do you foam at the mouth while brushing or keep everything tidy inside of your mouth?
Wow, that's a lot of teeth brushing questions. I wet my toothbrush first.
Same.
And when I apply toothpaste, I actually squeeze the toothpaste down into the bristles.
I don't. I squeeze the toothpaste so it just coats the top, and then I wet the toothpaste again.
Yeah, and then I wet it again.
Yeah.
And then I start back, bottom, left is where I always start. Back, bottom, left, mouth open. Back, bottom, right, mouth closed. Right, mouth closed. Left, and then front, then insidesy, outsidesies.
Okay, so
do you have one
I
of those electric toothbrushes?
I do.
You do. Catherine has one of those too, and she keeps trying to get me to use it.
I just started using one last
You don't like
week.
it?
Nah, hers is cheeky too. Like if she doesn't brush long enough, she turns it off, and there's a frowny face that comes on this this little screen. Yeah, it's like she's like, my toothbrush is disappointed in me again. I didn't brush long enough.
No, I have the one, and it like goes through the motions like it's on a timer.
Yeah.
I don't know what the timer is.
It's
I
like
just wait
2
till
minutes.
It shuts off.
Yeah,
but
it's
I
like
do
2 minutes. It's
front,
long.
and then I do mouth closed, right side, mouth closed, left side,
Yeah.
because it buzzes. It makes like it vibrates when you're supposed to switch like positions.
Really?
Yeah. So I do the front, then mouth closed, right, mouth closed, left, and then and then when it vibrates again.
Don't you have one of those things at home, Maury, that buzzes when you're supposed to switch positions? and then you do bottom.
Then I do bottom teeth, then I do top teeth, and then
you're done.
Yeah,
Huh? Wow,
finish.
interesting.
But because it's the electric toothbrush, I'm not using like a ton of toothpaste. It doesn't
it's
give
tiny.
You,
it's a little round.
Yeah,
thing,
it doesn't
huh?
give you like a lot of bubbles or foam.
Yeah, interesting.
So pretty clean. Dan Maury.
I do normal toothbrush first, wet it, toothpaste on top. I start right over here.
Back, right.
Right, yeah, and then I switch to the electric one to sort of finish things off.
Really?
I think I have a cavity down here.
You got a two-brush system?
Well, because I'm trying to figure out why this tooth is in a lot of pain.
You got a two-brush system?
Yeah.
That's incredible. I've never heard of such a thing.
You guys floss?
Me?
Yeah.
When I'll be sitting on the couch and Catherine throws me one of those little flosser things.
Yeah.
I do it when I'm watching TV. It's not part of my
I
routine.
don't. I should, but I don't because it bleeds.
Yeah,
and I
that's
hate
not
that.
good.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just wait till I go to the dentist.
Yeah.
Let them do it.
But I haven't gone to the dentist this year at all.
No.
I haven't gone either.
No, me
Yeah,
neither.
they sent me an email saying, you know that we're open, and that's good
And
for
you
you.
send them one back. You know that there's COVID.
Exactly.
Sharon says here, Roz has always talked about how he wants to be a carpenter. Has he actually done any woodworking as a hobby?
Yes, I have actually. Yes, I mean that's just the answer. I've trimmed the side of the house, my old garage. I trimmed the side of it with cedar. I have built like many of like wood racks and clothing closets for Roxy's American Doll when she was into those things. I built our deck in the backyard.
Nice.
But as far as like ornate things, I'm not a furniture maker. I'm more of like carpentry for me is when I say it, it's more of like finishing. It's more of, looking in a room and, finishes are what I love. It's like framing. It's like trim. It's all that. It's all that kind of stuff. But the actual process of doing it, I enjoy. What I like more is the design part of it.
Could you make me a rocking chair?
No. I made two Adirondack chairs. They call them Muskoka chairs, I guess. But I made two Adirondack chairs that I keep at the cottage, and they're great. And they've been there for 5 years and are still great. And every year I sand them down and repaint them.
Yeah?
And yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So I made two of those, and because I wanted this sort of modern look of that. You know what I mean by Adirondack Muskoka chair, right? Those are
the ones that are painted red that you see down by the
cottage
waterfront?
chairs, right? But I wanted a modern one, so I wanted the back flat and then flat across the top. I didn't want like a big roundy thing, and so I found a plan online, and I went and just bought all the wood and made two.
Nice.
And they're awesome.
Yeah.
Like they're great. Yeah.
I bought a miter saw over the summertime.
Yeah.
And it's funny that Sharon's asking about woodworking and carpentry because in the past like month and a bit, I've been looking up YouTube videos on like just basic stuff because that's kind of like the next thing that I wanna get into. I want to do some shelving in the garage.
Yeah.
which is super basic. I can do that, bang that out in a weekend. But something else I want to do, because Cruz is of the age now, he's 3.5, that once the weather gets better, I'd like to build like a vegetable box.
Yeah.
That we can do outside and have him plant some seeds and start getting him into some of that stuff.
That stuff's easy. And what I would say, my advice to that is, right, is the great thing with building like a raised sort of vegetable box, right, is you can buy your length so you don't even have to cut. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, let's make it 6 feet, you can just go buy 6 foot slices.
Yeah.
And that way you're only cutting your posts.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Okay.
So, and because if you're using pressure treated, because when you cut a piece of pressure treated, that cut end is white. It doesn't have the sort of brown seal on it.
Yeah.
So you have to position everything in a way where you're not looking at those sort of white ends. But what you can do is when you go and buy your pressure treated, buy a little can. They sell that stain in a little tiny can, and just stick it on with a sponge on the end. And then that way your piece of pressure treated doesn't have like a big ugly white end on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you just do it up that way. But no, those things are great. I would 100% say you get out there and build that like a vegetable garden or like an herb garden or something like that.
I want to start building stuff now.
100%. Absolutely. Yeah.
Tom says here, you turn into a doctor tomorrow and you are the best in your field. What field would it be and why? Also, you can't change professions for the rest of your life. So you are this doctor for the rest of your working days.
Okay, so hold on here. Are we talking medical doctor or any doctor?
Well, isn't there only
Just
one kind
said,
of doctor?
No.
Just said doctor.
Yeah, just said doctor.
So do we want to put parameters and say...
It has to be medical doctor.
Has to be medical, or
Right.
are you just doctor in general?
Right. Okay. Meaning I can't go and like work on, bombs.
No.
Okay. Because I'm like a massive physicist, Dr. Roz Weston, world-renowned sort of physicist kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
No, medical doctor. So which field of medicine? Ugh, gross. I've never wanted to be a doctor.
Okay, next question.
I've never wanted to be a doctor. Have you? Ever wanted to be a doctor?
Nah.
I don't want to touch other people.
Yeah, no, it's not for me. You got to...
My mind, like when I read doctor, of course, you think medical. My mind immediately went to, because you're the best in your field, and what field would it be and why? And my mind automatically goes towards, helping like kids. You know what I mean?
Too sad, man.
But it is too sad.
Too sad.
Right? Because then this is something that you have to do for the rest of your life, the rest of your working days, right?
No way. I couldn't
something
do
to
it.
help kids, something to help, like, I don't know, like find a cure for cancer so the kids don't have to deal with that.
No, I can't. I don't have that in me. And it's not that because I don't care. It's too sad. The people that can do that they're different kinds of humans than I am.
So then doctor of science? How about doctor of science?
Well, but that's not a medical doctor, though, right? Like, you want to pick.
That's what I'm saying.
What
If you
about a
open it
dentist?
up.
What about a dentist?
I couldn't be a dentist. No, absolutely
You can
not.
be a dentist?
No.
What about a
Definitely not a foot doctor.
No, chiropractors aren't real doctors either.
Like the brain one. The brain.
You want to be a neuro. First of all, Maury, the idea that you want to be a neurosurgeon is incredible to me. You would still be in school. You're 40. No foot doctor. I don't want to be a foot doctor. I don't want to be.
Is there a butt doctor?
Yeah, there is. You could be a cosmetic surgeon. What about that? What about you just make people like big boobs for a living and give somebody a smaller nose or pin their ears back or
inject their lips and stuff?
Inject their lips and stuff like that. Like a totally vain
I would have to close
existence.
my eyes though while giving the needle.
Well,
you can't, man.
Yeah, you
I
can't
know,
do
but
that.
I can't watch that go in.
Well, let's just say you could.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
pick a lane, right? Like, let's just say you could. Let's say nothing grosses you out. The emotional part of the job is still there, but you don't get grossed out by things.
Yeah, I'd still go with the brain.
Yeah, really, huh? Interesting.
No, I can't.
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I can't.
No,
I can't
know.
think of anything.
No,
What
I
about
know.
like a psychiatrist or ecologist?
But yeah, sure. No, I
Because then you just have to sit there and listen to people's problems, and you always have to just be like, "What would you do?"
Who wants to do that? Who wants to
No,
sit
but
and
then-
listen to people's problems?
But then you have to be able to give out advice too, right?
No, all you do is, "What would you do?"
Oh,
Is that what your
therapists
therapist does?
No, I got rid of the one that did that.
Yeah, they don't give advice.
How long ago
They just
did you
ask you-
stop going to that particular therapist?
Oh, like 10 years ago.
Yeah, they just had,
and you would have to lie down on the chaise and face away from him.
Yeah.
And if he had a note like he was going on vacation, he would print it out on a piece of paper and leave it on the pillow so that you had the note, as opposed to just telling you I'm away next week.
Yeah, this is what it's like. Depending on what sort of discipline you go to, it's like you could tell them anything. Like, I'm having a real hard time at work. I'm having girlfriend problems. I'm feeling a little bit down. Whatever, and then they go, okay, so let's talk about your mother then. Right? And I'm like, oh my God, everything goes back to the mother.
Yeah.
Everything goes back to the mother. But no, are you still in therapy more?
I go once in a while.
Once in a while?
Yeah. But it's so funny you say that because it's always like, this is very rooted from your abandonment issues.
Yes, of course. That's all. It's all about the mother. It's all about the mother. Yeah.
Atkins 925 is where you will find
But with
your
Maury,
questions.
pause for 1 second. I don't think
What?
he's wrong no more about you, by the way.
Well, I mean, it's still up for debate.
Ask Roz Mocha. Atkins 925, that is where you will post up all of your questions for Ask Roz Mocha, and we'll try to get through as many as we can on a future episode.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.